The
fuck is a
You're
cannoli?
welcome. Don't even worry, because I don't actually know. Anyway,
It's an extremely
If you had
good
enough
Italian
things to
dessert
not do
food.
with it, they could take 30 minutes to explain. I wonder what you do with a cannoli. Here's 30 minutes of what not to do with it. It's like, oh
Light,
my.
flaky crust, usually shaped like an egg roll with a hole at both ends, usually filled with cream and chocolate chips.
That sounds fucking delicious. I want one of those.
God
Yeah,
damn,
the
that does
curry
actually
has
sound good.
sweetness.
Fuck. I just knew
Didn't
cannoli because it
even
was a
know
funny
what
word.
And that's how you derail a show right at the start, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah! I've been working on that line for like a week.
Maybe you should have looked at what a cannoli is before you came up with it.
Don't even worry. Anyway, welcome to episode 32 of Elemental WOTTyssey, where everything's made up and the rules don't matter.
I will be right back. I gotta grab my
Sometimes
phone.
it feels like they don't matter. Like, yeah, the DC for this is 5, just don't fail.
You don't get to know the DC is unless you've destroyed it by rather thoroughly. But
It was very disappointing.
What?
What was?
The stew my mom made for dinner. She didn't let it cook. You know, she does basically like a brisket stew or a sweet and sour stew. And the instructions for the recipe or how the recipe is supposed to be done, it's something that takes like 5-6 hours to cook because everything that goes into it needs to really reduce so that it becomes like a sweet sauce. And she just blitzkriegs it in like an hour, so everything but the vinegar burns away. So then you just get really shitty tasting meat, and that's it.
Oh, that's
F.
the
And
worst.
everybody lies. Oh, this is great because it can't hurt anybody's feelings.
See, and this is why I just have chicken and rice for dinner. It also,
Yeah.
keeps me on my diet.
and I'm just over here with biscuits and gravy because I'm simple. Anyway,
I have pizza.
I would say I had a free pizza.
Well, now you're all
Point.
making me hungry.
I cashed in my Domino's points and got a free pizza.
yeah. Anyway, Domino's points. You work at Pizza Hut, don't you?
You think I don't get tired of Pizza Hut after?
No,
a
I just
while?
find it funny. Anyway,
I can get
That
pizza.
recipe-
anyway, to
Hooking up with
re-rail
Pizza
things
Hut
slightly. When last we left our heroes, they had just finished dealing with rather a lot of interesting bullshit by way of Kel just completely destroying a session by curing the Durgan of all of the bad because he is a good boy.
He's the
Best
best
boy.
You're right. I'm sorry. My mistake. I gave you the title and I forgot it. Anyway, after that was resolved, you talked to the cops and made sure the Durgan didn't, cause a scene as he was escorted out of the city because he doesn't live near here at all. And also sassed Giacchio's uncle a lot over the holophone twice.
What
If I
did
said-
he do?
And by sesh, you
How
mean
did
I
he?
electrocuted the fucking.
Yeah,
hologram.
by that I mean a Ganassi and a Tiefling electrocuted his fucking speakers.
I'm not a Ganassi. Oh yeah, I am a Ganassi.
Yeah, Water Ganassi, Undine, whatever. Same thing.
Undine just makes more sense. I'm more used to saying Undine.
It gets the same point across. But after that, you guys, because it was still fairly early on in the day, like you got all this shit done before about roughly around the start of the lunch rush. Did some other little things and then made your way over to the Wiretap Tavern where you are currently. And while there, you saw a collection of assorted people, most of whom are references to things in other places because I can and it amuses me. And Giacchio had a more bizarre encounter with apparently the dragon he had fought once before in his past. Fought her to a draw, and now she's here and she wants his dick. Because she has the dokies rather hard.
All the dokies.
Welcome back. But after she scurried out the door, left her phone number on a note for Giacchio, and I assume you guys all finished eating and paid, you were heading back to the bus because you now have about a week before you properly hit the road. on the next leg of your journey, which is in the direction of the Yggdrasil Reef, the holy site of the goddess Vernai.
Neat.
I'll get back to Lodo on what.
Gonna go talk to Mama.
Yeah, I'll get back to Lodo on what he wants to have his Skara have done for like the whole week of prep you guys are doing, because Lodo is somewhere in the ether. I don't know. But wherever he is, I'm sure he's
ether of alcohol and probably sausages.
Yeah. Sounds about right for Germany. But
Yep. Very accurate for Germany.
since there will be many things and stuff happening before you properly get on the road,
Also,
who would like
potato
to?
salad.
Okay. Who would like to start on what they were doing for the whole week?
I just know my list is fairly large, so I will go towards the end.
Same.
Okay. We'll probably have a bundle pack of you two.
Well, I mean, one of them is involved in the other person's thing, so.
Yeah, I know.
No. Darren, either you want to go first?
Sleep,
Oh, what,
eat,
on our
dig
quest
some
lines?
holes, pee on a tree. What the hell else am I supposed to do?
Gather supplies.
Gather
Shop,
supplies,
gather
buy
supplies,
items.
Do booth things, I don't know.
Yeah, this is basically a shopping episode. We're
For
basically
part of it.
Yeah, for part of it. We're basically gathering supplies, seeing if we can maybe get some better gear or something. And anything else you want to do with your downtime.
Pee on. As I say, there's there's very few trees to pee on in here. We're in Mecca City.
What are these tables made out of? Because they were trees once.
Oh
Plastic,
no.
probably.
No. Do not.
Don't do it, Kel.
Do not relieve yourself in the bar. Also, I probably shouldn't even have you guys still in the bar. Unless you'd like to do something at the bar before you leave.
No, that's okay.
Besides,
Okay,
pay for
good.
my
Back to the
food,
map.
no.
If I were to go shopping for anything, is there? Because I mean, I've already got the awesome robe of awesomeness, and then the sleek scythe.
Mhm.
So is there anything that I would actually need? Because I know the last time we checked on this, it said that there wasn't anything in the town for me, but that was a while ago.
I don't actually recall that being said. So I'm going to assume you remember better than I remember, because past me likes to forget a lot, and it's not helpful to present
It
me.
was quite a long time ago, though, so that's. Things
Yeah.
have changed.
Well, given how some of you, well, Kel at least was mentioning he wanted to up his accuracy, so doing that would involve upgrading stick.
Upgrade stick.
Well, if possible, if I could find a scythe maker to make a better scythe, that would be cool.
You do that, or you could just upgrade the scythe you have, because the scythe you have is actually pretty baller.
Well, that's not it. Whichever makes it possible.
Given how you would have a few days to like look around town, browse directories, do that shit. You'd probably find at least one adventuring gears, one sort of mercenary supply place that deals in enchanted items, general supplies, and all that jazzery that could tune up your weaponry.
Sweet.
It's a matter of how much you would like to tune it up by, because that will change the price.
Let's see. How much I don't really use my scythe that much, do I? Like it's more of a after the Sailor Moon theme of.
Well,
punishment.
there's still ways to handle it. You could just go for a general plus bonus upgrade. You could give it enchanted to give you extra effects while you're wielding it, which I assume you do.
Yeah,
even in combat, even if you
I
don't
would
hit
totally
things.
want that.
Yeah.
Yay, brothers is up.
Okay, so Fenless is in the market for a
Enchanted
useful
scythe of coolness.
a useful scythe enchantment.
Yep.
Okay.
And then in my off time, I will go to wherever the religious sites are and just kind of scope them out. Because I need to just commune with the nature around me.
It's a bit tricky in that case, but I'll get to that. What would all would Celestine like to upgrade the stick for? Just general, or make it do other
Accuracy.
things?
Make it not miss.
He wants to hit it really hard more often.
Okay. Let me pull up a thing I have real quick, because I forgot to have it open sooner. I am a fool! You thingy. Let me see this. Celestine, when you go to, try to, improve your, see if there's a way you can't enchant your axe to more likely find the squishy bits to, crush things with it.
Mm-hmm.
You get a interesting look from the, from the rather stout dwarvish man with, like, he looks rather, not like stereotypically dwarvish, but like, it's about the John Smith of dwarves is the vibe you get off this guy. Just, very plain, general. He's like, you're just looking for accuracy, not like, making it when it does hit, it hits harder, right?
Yep.
Stick hits plenty hard on its own.
I was gonna say, if it doesn't hit, it doesn't do anything, so hitting harder doesn't mean much.
Right. I know an enchantment that'll just, make, help you with the actual hitting part. The damage is more completely up to you in that case. It's less pricey than your typical, strike true, hit harder kind of enchantment. But if you're looking for just hitting, just for strike true, I could definitely hook you up with that, big guy.
Yay!
Let me see the axe.
I give him the axe.
He looks at the stick. Oh, Nelly! Now I see why you only need to make sure it hits things. Whew! He is very impressed with the craftsmanship on this. Ooh. Oh yeah, I could hook you up with that. Come back tomorrow and I should have it done for you, big guy. Can I get a name for you?
Celestine.
Celestine. Right then, sir, I'll have that done and your price tag waiting for you. Okie dokie. Then for Darian, let me make sure that this thing does what I think it does.
Completely unrelated, but fighting NMs to this bar music is rather amusing.
Okay, that one doesn't do what I thought it did. Is there another one in here? Let me make sure I have all of these things I have in mind properly, sussed out before I start making promises that I fucking can't cash. Because I don't want to lie to my players if I can help it. Oh,
Here's a
hey,
hack.
Snack.
Hey.
I'll get to
Hey.
Snack in a moment. I'm helping.
500,000 experience points, yeah.
Okay, that one. Oh god, no, not that one. Okay, that one's out of the reach for that. Okay. So, Fenless, you, same dwarf, and, Celestine is, waiting outside, like, probably chasing a bird or something while you're talking about this one, because he got his thing
Indeed.
all ready to go. And as you're describing what you'd like for that, dwarf's like, just something more useful for spell casting, but also still good enough for when you gotta, He like does like the little put up your dukes kind of thing when you gotta get your hands dirty, right?
I would love that. Yes.
I know an enchantment. It's typically see it on swords most of the time, but it's just a general enchantment. Why the fuck is some enchantments like some weapons better than me is fucking stupid. So I try to make a business out of putting them on things that most people don't. You see him pull out from underneath his little counter a simple like short sword that has like little softer, more design-ish like flourishes to it, not like runes that mean something. These are just like fancy glyphs. And he's like, one of these enchantment on this puppy here, when you use it, it's supposed to, it's not so much good for well, it's a little bit. Actually, let me double check, make sure I'm reading this thing right. It's not quite the best compared to normal for using it to hit things, but while you're holding it, if you magically inclined, you'll find your spells are a little bit easy to aim. They have a little bit meatier punch, and you're a little bit sometimes you're a little bit harder to hit. There's sometimes you don't. It depends on the enchantment in some ways. If you're just looking for it useful for casting, I can get you that part's pretty easy.
And what would it actually do to my casting?
To put it in like game values, basically you would have to attune to your scythe, but while you are attuned to it, when this enchantment is on it, you get a bonus to your spell attack rolls, your spell DC, and any spells you cast that deal damage, you can that require a spell slot, you can add your casting stat to the damage for them.
So you're basically turning my scythe into Soul Eater.
I guess.
Interesting. As long as it doesn't eat souls.
It shouldn't. I've never heard of one that does, and if it did, that'd be pretty fucking spooky.
Well, sides are pretty spooky.
But they still got style and class.
Yes, I would like said enchantment, please.
All right then. Let me see the scythe.
I hand you the scythe.
Huh. All right, I can definitely work with it that way. Maybe even, we'll see how it goes. But I can at least get you what you paid for. So, be back tomorrow, and I should definitely have this one done.
Alrighty, sir.
He's very interested in like the crystalline blade you have going on with it. Okay. Wait, where's that other thing? No, where was that thing? This thing. This is what I'm looking for. Celestine and Fenless, do either of you look around the store after you make your, for sure, upgrade purchase?
Yeah,
Well, how
I
much
browse.
is mine gonna cost? Because I have to make sure I can pay for it.
One moment, and I will give you an answer.
To be fair, our party's pretty rich.
Yeah, the party is kind of loaded.
Maybe you guys.
No, I just pictured us as Scrooge McDuck swimming in a sea.
It'll cost you about because the enchantment that's just for accuracy is rated the same rarity as some like as much higher weapons. You would get it for the cost of what you would get is about little over about 1,000-ish gold for yours, Kel.
Okay. Actually, fuck it. While I'm here, is there any other items I can put into my slots or whatnot to buff AC?
Are you look around the store for stuff like that?
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
because like I have a breastplate, but I don't have anything else.
Well, you have you have your Stonehearth armor, which will upgrade eventually, like auto upgrade because it's cool like that.
So it's an entire suit of armor.
Yeah,
Okay.
the armor of Stonehearth. It's a lot like Brave Hector, but made of rocks for his armor about in look.
Okay.
That's freaking sweet.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's Necktown. But as you're looking around the store, you're actually surprised by some of the items here because you've seen like some interesting magic items in just traveling about doing things and spreading the good word of the One Mother because you are a good boy. These ones are new to you, and they seem to be designed for specific fighting styles. And I mean that in the mechanical sense of they're designed for specific classes. One that catches your eye is a interesting like a pair of gloves. They're like about a bark brown leather in color, and have a symbol of Vernai etched upon them.
Well, I'm taking those if I can afford them.
Okay, so you take them to the dwarf to ask what they do and shit?
Yeah.
Ah, those little beauties. These are, he actually, like, make sure he, like, looks at the tag on them real quick. Oh, yeah. These are called, combat medic gloves. If you're the kind of rough and tumble fighty type who, sometimes you can just sort of just shake it off and get your second wind going. If you do that while you're wearing these, if you got a mate right next to you, you can tap them, give them that same second wind, which mechanically means if you heal yourself with second wind, if there is an ally within 5 feet of you, you can touch them as part of using second wind to heal them the same amount.
Oh, that's nice.
Damn.
Now, would that extend to that healing buff that I can give him?
The one
Or is
where
that
he heals off of damage dealt?
Yes.
No. This is specifically when he uses second wind, he can heal an ally next to him.
Okie dokie. Because then that would just be broken.
Yeah, no, you can't beat the blood out of the enemy into your friends, sadly. Not in this case.
You've just invented blood magic.
No, that's Jinx. Kidding.
Up
But,
until
were you
he
looking
met
to buy a
Molly,
big
he
guy?
thought he invented blood magic.
Yeah?
What?
Were you gonna buy the gloves?
I mean, they're awesome and all, but I was looking to pump up the AC, and these don't do that, do they?
Let's
He
see.
wants to be a tanky boof.
Oh, you're looking for to defend yourself. Oh, I know a different one. And you see him come around the counter, go back over to where you found those gloves, come back with a different pair. Not quite making you hard to hit, but they'll make you. But in about the same thing, when you get your second wind on, you get to make yourself a little bit more hardy against some types of elemental damage.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I'll take the Healy ones.
All right, that'll be about. He pops a little register. 450 gold, please.
Alright, so 1,450 for the
Axe
weapon
and your.
upgrade and the gloves.
Yep. And I will put in the D&D Discord what your new gloves do, Cal.
6.
Cool. I just realized I can't get jack shit because I have whopping 100 gold to my name.
Don't worry. You might have some ways around that.
I say justice needs no accessory.
It needs to be more justice, which requires additional things.
I really need a ton of animated gifs of that girl from Slayers for this if you're gonna keep saying justice, because that's all I think of all the time.
Pacifist crush. But yeah. Anyway. But Darian, were you also looking around the store?
Yes.
You find ones that stand out more to you as opposed to the gloves, like what Celestine found, were some intricately carved little about the size of an amiibo, little totems of various animals. That to you, because you are a druid, you recognize they have some manner of druidic affinity within them.
Ooh.
You see, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 different ones you note. There's a bear, a cat, an elk, a hawk, a monkey, and a serpent.
Ooh, I would probably be into the elk.
All right, and this is what the clerk tells you when you look into it. The totem of the elk, when you transform into a camel, deer, draft horse, elk, giant goat,
An
giant
ungulate.
seahorse, yeah. Also, this also apparently counts for a giant weasel, a mastiff as well. Count when you use any of those specific forms as for with your wild shape feature. Your carrying capacity doubles. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws you impose to be knocked prone. If you have a speed greater than 0, your speed increases by 10. And creatures riding on your elk form, on your animal form, have advantage on ability checks and saving throws to remain on your back.
Ooh.
So you're the super pack animal.
Oh
Mhm.
god, we're extending the quote unquote inventory to the D&D world now.
If you wanna.
And then what do the other totems like bear and stuff have?
For bear, you let's see. For bear, you get a bleed effect when you smack someone with your big beady bear claws. Your AC increases by your bear form's con modifier. You have resistance to fire, cold, and piercing damage. And whenever you hit a creature with the bear's bite, you may attempt a grapple as a bonus action.
Ooh.
That's for bear. For cat, you have advantage on stealth checks if you have the... What the pound trait? I don't know what that is. The pound. I imagine that's pounce or whatever. See, you get to make 2 claw attacks on your turn. One is your primary action, one is your bonus action, and a creature that you hit with your claw attack has their speed reduced by 15 until the start of its next turn.
And then what's the other one that was a snake?
There was hawk, monkey, and snake. Yes.
Okay, what's hawk?
Hawk, if you are in, anything that flies form, you have your flying speed increases by 10. When you do one of your normal, animal attacks, you can make another one as a bonus action. And if you move your entire flight speed in one turn, like if you go your whole distance, ranged weapon attacks against you have disadvantage.
Okay. But there's nothing like about other people being able to ride on the back.
No, the only one that had like the riding involved was the totem of the elk.
Okay. And then what was the other 2?
Snake and monkey.
Yep. So tell me those.
For monkey forms, you don't have disadvantage on attack rolls with the picking up a rock and throwing it. If you use it at max range, you have a better climb speed. You can perform the use an object action as a bonus action, and you can jump twice as far. Okay. And then for snake, when you have any of your snake forms, if you constrict something, they have the DC to escape the constrict is higher. Creatures have disadvantage on save against poison effects from your bite attack. You have advantage on stealth, and if you have a fly speed, it goes up. Because there's a flying snake form.
There's a flying snake form. That is absolutely terrifying.
Well, it says flying snake right here, so...
There are snakes that can fly. They undulate like ribbons in the air. They're very pretty.
I was thinking more Alteroid.
I thought you were about to link me to a National Geographic thing of actual flying snakes, and I was like, oh my god, are they from Australia?
Yeah, do any of
They're
those
from
totems?
South America.
I would be interested in the totem of the elk and the totem of the bear.
Elk and bear. For the two of those, that would be 800 gold.
Do I, out of character, do I have 800 gold?
Let me check your character sheet for you. I'm pretty sure you have a fair amount. You should have 800 gold. Come on. You have 4,870 gold.
Well then, hell yeah.
All right, so you pick up the elk and bear totems.
Yep.
All right. Neither one requires attunement, by the way. You just have to be holding it when you activate that form.
Okay, and I can only hold one at a time. Right?
Yeah, you can only be using one because you can only have one form at a time. So, yeah, I'll put those on your character sheet in a little bit. Also, you still have that grappling hook, by the way.
Yes.
The claw shot thing.
And Rin, if you need to borrow money, I apparently have some.
I have a lot too.
Yeah.
I have a ton.
Yeah, Sneck is fucking loaded.
All right. And then for also paying for your scythe, that would cost another
Flying heck.
let me check. Double checking. Another 800 gold would cover your scythe upgrade.
Sweet.
Gonna pay for that too?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, behold the flying heck.
Heck. Also, because you leveled up and you got 7th level spells, Darian, I did indeed put Summon Treant on your spell list because I figured you'd want that.
Hell yeah.
You also have another option, just making things so sparkly bright it kills people.
Oh god.
Yeah, depends on what spells you want that day. If you're feeling Treant or if you're feeling like, now I'm just going to sparkle really hard. It's called Runes of Radiance, so...
Oh god.
Get snow
Well,
blinded.
I guess I would have to say Moon Prison Power then if I'm using that.
Yes, you
God,
are. You
yes.
Yep.
Perfection, Darian.
Right?
Perfection. All right, so I assume that'll cover what you guys, unless you want to look for more other magical things.
No, that's good.
All
What
right.
equipment slots are there in this version?
As far as I know, there really isn't beyond the logical if you can't really wear more than one pair of shoes.
Well, okay, obviously. What about rings, earrings, necklaces?
I don't think there's as many slots for those as like if you had.
There's not slots. It's just more the sense that you can have up to 3 items that require attunement attuned to you at a time, and Celestine currently has 2.
Ah.
One of which is your eye patch that lets you go invisible and do a jump on a motherfucker, and then your fancy armor. Because the cape you have that lets you teleboof does not require attunement. You just have to be wearing it, and it can only be used once a day.
Okay.
The gloves also don't require attunement, so you just have to be wearing them, which is easy enough to do. You put gloves on, you have gloves.
Yeah, there's logical quote unquote slots like
Mhm.
head, neck, hands, body pieces, legs.
Yeah. Though at the same time, it's not unreasonable to say you're wearing more than one necklace because you can just do that. It just looks kind of silly.
Is
Just
somebody
depends.
really gonna fight me about that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who's gonna fight a booth your size about it?
It's like walking up to a
I'm
professional
gangsta
fighter,
boof.
slapping him. I can take you.
No. But Kel, for reference, the stick is now magical and has a +3 to hit
Ooh.
on top of all your other 2-hit bonuses. So stick currently has 2 hit, a a roll of, I believe, yeah, you have a +15 to hit with stick now.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Christ.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
and that's
Why?
with, he went for the accurate weapon enchantment, and the accurate weapon enchantment is only pluses to hit, and that's what he wanted for. He went for the highest tier, so he got +3 to hit. It's not like he needs the plus to damage. You've seen what stick does to people.
Yeah, I don't want to put pluses to damage because then Marcus will make more smiters.
Okay, that was a mistake,
You're gonna
and
hit
I'm
me
sorry.
really hard. Whack.
I'm still sorry about that.
Slap the move.
I am still sorry about that.
Smiting, no smiter.
Thank you, Cal.
But okay, we'll go to Sneck next because I imagine Sneck has some ideas what he would like to do with Eleanor and Sneckbot.
Well, I would like to look at some parts for.
Sneckbot?
That was the best place to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's not hard. Finding a part shop in any city in Danakbos, fucking easiest money in the world. What sort of upgrades would you like to see if you can get for Sneckbot?
Would I be able to find, like, to hit things because Snackbot's not too accurate?
Accuracy upgrades? Yeah, you could find a better targeting module than what you have in him.
Okay.
Do you want to go for the all around or specifically the accuracy?
Let's go all around.
All around? Okay, that would come to... For that, it would be about 1,000 gold, and that would give Sneckbot another 2 dexterity and a +2 to hit with all weapons.
Okay.
Alright. No. Don't do that to me, fucking thing.
It was just 1,000 gold, he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also, if you wanted to, for similar reasons, enchant his sword to be more accurate as well.
Oh, if I can do that, then I would like to.
That'll run you about, because he is he is technically smaller and therefore less expensive. It would be another 800.
Okay.
And then Sneckbot will have a +5 to hit with the Sneck Blade. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Boop, boop. Sneckbot's to hit is now, with his melee attack, is now +16. And that's only because his strength is really high now, because he has Limit Crusher. But currently has a strength of 22 because of these things.
It's beautiful.
You're also very pleased to discover that despite having something over top of his arms, he still properly can transform into his scooter mode
Okay, that's good.
with no decrease in capabilities in scooter form. Was there anything else you wanted to get? Yep.
Well, I don't really think that at this point Eleanor would really be thinking of shopping, I guess.
Is she just looking for, see if she can find more info on her friend Gra?
Probably, yeah.
Gra.
Yeah, it was completely unrelated to Gra from Watt. Just happened out that way. Snake showed that to me. I'm like, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, I literally used a name generator, and the first thing it gave me was Gra.
Roll an investigation check for Eleanor. A ring of protection or animated shield. Okay. Okay.
Marcus, if you know
I
what's
saw-
good for the future of this campaign, you're probably going to give me the prior, not the latter.
I need to actually look at what the ladder does, so I'll get back to you on
It's
Hey,
a
considering it's an
shield.
animated shield, it's a shield that moves on its own, like, hey!
Basically, it stays where my shield arm is and blocks for me, leaving my shield arm free, so I can dual wield two-handed weapons and still have a shield. Fuck you.
Oh God!
That's not broken. That's not broken at
Well,
all.
to be fair, he had to take a feat to be able to wield a two-handed weapon in one hand. He had to take a feat
Oh
to
no,
do that, and
I'm
that's
well aware of this. That's still not broken as hell.
okay. You know what's
Celestine
good.
enters the battle. Let's play Who Gets Fucked today.
Well, Celestine, you also have another problem. Mages can do things that don't target your AC, and you have to make saves.
The shield grants bonuses to saves, or the ring does. Something does, I forget.
I know the ring does.
That's why he just stands in the auras of everyone else in melee that get stupid bonuses to his saving throws.
Let me make sure about this. Let me see. Yeah, animation. Okay, they both require attunement.
Yes.
Okay. You'd be able to find the ring of protection for a less absurd price compared to the shield enchantment. Because I assume you'd want that on your shield.
Oh, that's an enchantment?
You could have it enchanted on your shield, or you could just buy a shield that has that applied to it.
Well, what are we talking about? Like, versus...
The cheapest you would get for the shield applying the enchantment is 3,000.
Damn. Okay.
And that's for applying the enchantment to your shield. Buying just a shield with the enchantment is about almost 4,000.
Okay.
I would be willing to chip in a little bit just to let him have that animated shield.
The ring would cost you comparatively about 1,200 gold. Because it's still fairly powerful and in kind of high demand. A lot of people like having, just the general sense of safety a ring like that brings.
How much are those rings? 1,200 gold each?
You can only attune to one at a time.
But I could wear two, so technically once the attunement on one's done, I can start another.
You wouldn't need to. You can't. When you're tuned to it, it doesn't end unless you want it to end. Like you would just.
Oh.
I think what he's getting at is you cannot stack the effect. by
Yeah, you
wearing
can't
multiple
stack. You can't stack rings of protection. And if you did, you would have to unattune from either your armor or your eye patch if you had more than things.
Okay.
Because the attunement limit for characters is 3. Unless you're an artificer, then you get more because you're special. And like your whole shtick is magical items.
Alright, well, deal on the ring. Let's do it.
All right.
And I have like 1,400 gold left. So somebody would have to throw in like 1,600 plus if we wanted. No, wait. Yeah, 1,600 plus if I wanted to get the enchantment on Frisbee. Now, would that overwrite the current enchantment?
The fire resist one?
Yeah.
No. You just have a floating fire resist shield. You have to make sure that let me see. Should we have a minute? It doesn't have a limit per day.
Alright, who wants to make the dog really strong?
You're already really strong. No!
Who wants to further break the boof?
You don't understand. When I got smited for 98 damage, that was all the fear. That's not happening ever again.
I'm sorry.
Don't
How
be.
much is that enchantment again?
To
3,000?
enchant the shield,
100
3,000.
3,000?
Yeah. Cal has 1,400.
3,000. You know what? Just because I have a...
Just remember that he's gonna have to do things.
The other thing, though, you would also have to attune to the shield, so you would have to skip on one of the items you already have, which I assume would be the eye patch.
Yup.
Okay.
That just does what? Makes me invisible?
Let me double check the effect. It does more than just make you invisible.
Visible and he can boof to somebody, I think.
There's a lot more to it. I need to reopen Kel's character sheet. The Hunter's Eye. Once a day, you can go invisible for up to 3 turns, but you gain blind sight out to 60 feet. And also, as an action to end the invisibility, you can jump at an enemy within 30 feet, hit them, and you'll do bonus damage on the hit.
Yeah, we can unattune to the Hunter's Eye.
Okay, you'll skip on the eye patch.
Mm-hmm.
So you got 3,000. I'm asking Snick, because he's probably the most loaded out of all of us.
Well, if you want, you can sell the Hunter's Eye cash in the Hunter's Eye against the cost for the thing, which will bring the price down.
Full honesty, I'm
Can I
sitting
give
here.
it to somebody else in the party?
If you wanted to, you could, or you could, sell it off to
Yeah,
make...
I'd rather do that for
right.
whoever's pitching in.
All right, but the Hunter's Eye also requires attunement.
I don't think I would ever use it.
I wouldn't either.
I don't
Also,
think
I was like, I can help pitch in because I have like 8k.
Yeah, I have basically 8k. Let's go halvesies on it. Just cover the whole cost for him.
Sure.
So,
I'll have Arvin take the Hunter's Eye then, just for the sake of having it in someone's inventory.
okay.
So it's like-
So 1,500 for each of us.
Would be 750 a piece.
Let me just
No,
copy the item.
he's saying that if you split it, it'd be 1,500 each of you, not 750.
Yeah, because the total cost
Okay.
is 3,000.
Okay, so minus 50.
Unless someone else wants to chip in.
I have 100 gold. No.
I just need to do math to make sure I got the remaining gold I have right. Because math is... I'm an art major for a reason.
If you have 8k, then it's 6.5k after 1,500 reduction.
Yeah. I had it done. I was just moving my calculator to write it in.
What's it doing? Okay.
Good lord, Kel, you're so fucking meaty.
we just made
Oh,
him the super boof. Now he has to find another two-handed axe, though.
I'm
I
just
have
looking
a
at.
feeling that won't be very long.
I'm looking at where the fang collar is in the world. I'm like, yeah, got long before it finds that thing. Which, yes, it is a two-handed axe. I will just straight up tell you this.
The fang collar?
Mm-hmm. I made it specifically for the boof.
That was one of the Odyssey Forge, or is that a different magical weapon?
It's
I
the
can't
Odyssey
remember.
Forged of Nature.
Oh, yeah. Now
Mm-hmm.
I'm slowly remembering. You see, I don't have keen mind like some people do at other campaigns.
Snake has it, actually, yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
I was referring to Liam. But,
I know, but Snake in character actually has it.
I didn't realize. I forgot he had it.
Well, yes, you do not have keen mind.
I have observant, which is good.
Also, once you apply that other enchantment to Frisbee, the guy who finishes enchanting it when you then get it later is like, that's about all that thing will take. If you try to do any more, you might just cause it to like explode, so be careful. You have hit the enchantment limit on Frisbee.
You got it.
It is a +1 shield of fire resistance that can animate. So it gives him 3 AC and can just hover around him now. Good story. Kel's armor class is 24.
Permanent shield bonus now.
Yeah, because he can just keep turning the shield effect on. It doesn't say it has a limit per day. Oh.
Because I need to place a dump in here. I have my homework.
Oh, nice.
There's,
Is the booth satisfied with his purchases now?
I am very satisfied with my purchases.
Okay,
I gotta help break the booth. I just couldn't resist that.
I can't wait to go into battle and yell, "Get Bort!"
Serious accuracy with the fucking axe. Oh god. He's gonna become like little drummer boy, but it's gonna be big drummer boof. When he gets fucking fang color, just dual wielding those. Just
on your skull.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Let me just tune the HP up of everything, please! Anyway. Since that's them, because it'll help out, I'll have Arvin go with Stormfront if Stormfront would like to make purchases for things and stuff.
Stormfront is currently fighting Igloo.
In that case, we'll just get started on the main attraction then.
The main event of the evening.
We'll start with the easy part for old Jacchio, because I am feeling at least passingly generous in this situation.
If you mean me, no, start with the dragon first. I'm doing.
No, this is something else.
Oh, that's right, a spell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's later on in the day after you guys have left the tavern, and you know things have been kind of awkward on the bus because Jacchio's just like about like
so much breaking.
The everything.
So much breaking.
I'm just like installing these parts into Snackbot. Like, what is wrong with you?
What isn't wrong with him at this point?
Yeah.
Fair.
At that, Arvin like just sort of grabs Jacchio by the arm and just like, I'll be back with him in a little bit, and just takes him out of the bus, and he gets you to effectively kind of like just a place where you can spar and do stuff, and like not get in trouble with the cops because it's a sanctioned area for this thing.
Yeah.
Fight club.
And along the way, he's you notice a lot of times Jacchio, because it's one thing you notice repeatedly him ever since I say ever since, just he's done it a lot in like the downtime between moments of combat today, since just whatever the fuck happened when he drank that thing earlier. Right. He's like grabbing his arm about middle of the forearm and like flexing his left hand a lot.
Sure, you're right, mate.
That's slightly to be determined, but I did have an idea to check, which is admittedly what I needed your help with.
Oh, thankfully it'll help maybe clear my head, whatever this is. Try and
It'll also probably hurt a lot, but that's to be expected when sparring is involved.
This is very true, but I just need something to clear my head at this point, as you can probably tell.
Yes. I also had a thought. You're still adjusting to the whole, and he does like a little flourish with his hand to emphasize like magical energy. This, correct?
Yeah, a little bit.
I thought of something that might help, because I think that there was more wrong with me than I thought was wrong with me before I drank whatever the hell that was that I made. Do you recall what I said when you first properly encountered me in Gilvain?
It's not coming to my mind at the moment.
At the time, after I got the bracer off of me, the whole rush trip back to town from where I was, something just felt off. In fact, something felt off the whole time I had it on me, too. I was doing things I don't remember ever learning how to do, never being able to do, never wanting to learn how to do. At least not in the ways I was performing them. But once it was off, something just felt wrong, like part of me had gone with it.
Like it sapped away part of your soul when it came off or something like that? Or not quite that extreme?
Well, you've had to have noticed by now just the general flow of magic through yourself.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, when you've been adjusted to it for most of your life because of rather recent draconic heritage, well, it's a lot easier to tell when something's off. To use something of a poor metaphor, it's about like if a water bottle had sprung a leak. Not a big one, but there was still something wrong.
Hey, Cassie spawned.
And it didn't quite feel right until after this morning. Didn't really draw attention to it because I thought it was just simple, something we worked out with time, and in a way it kind of has, although I did need to do something else to make sure of it. And around this point, you guys get into the place that are properly in the like the little training area you got set aside. It's a fairly sizable room, about 50 feet across both ways.
Okay.
Looks very well built, kind of danger roomy. It's got like, fake terrain and all that jazz, for if you need to duck behind rocks or whatever.
Right.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. But, what is being said here?
It's hideous. Why is it so
Oh.
ugly?
Oh, is it Kuhulin from Void Ark?
Only worse.
Oh.
I don't even think it has a face. I'm gonna get in front of it and look. Nope, it does not have a face. It is just a giant thing of morbol mouths. Tentacles.
Oh, fun.
It is
Anywho.
one ugly motherfucker.
I learned a few different ways of, well, rune fencing, which is how I fight with spells and swords and all that. Such things you've probably seen by now.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't correct until this morning. You noticed the rather large spell I cast not too long ago, the Pillars of Earth?
Yeah, I recall it.
That is not a spell I'd ever actually learned. It was more of an instinctive reaction, and I feel that when that bracer was torn off of me, it caused sort of a cascading failure in just the natural regulation of mana through my body. So I was becoming more powerful than I should have been, and potentially could have died. And, well, what all happened when I did drink it?
Out of character, I actually don't remember your description
I'll
of
shatter
what
the
happened.
sky just to watch you die.
There was that. That was what he said to what he was seeing, because you guys didn't see anything that Arvin was kind of hallucinating for. But as Jacques was now telling this to Arvin just to speed things along, basically the whole arm that was like burned, scarred, and bandaged up, there was like veins of just like white crawling up his arm, and once he drank the potion, like this purple black started pushing back against the white until it was gone, and the scar seemed to recede a fair bit. Bracer was the Odyssey Forged of Light. It was probably light elemental, just cascade within my body, but no matter. I should get to the point. One thing an instructor of mine said was the best way to harness magic was to make it your own. And in doing so, he taught us some of the motions for how to do some spells, and then just said, go nuts. Just let us attempt to make the spell in a way that worked for us. A few of the more industrious classmates I had even created entirely new spells that only they knew how to do. So my thought was, perhaps we do something similar for you.
Creating a new
Help you
spell.
get... Yes. Though in your case, I imagine it'd be more fashioning something out of magic and then bludgeoning something to death with it, if you want to keep it simple.
That would probably be for the best, given that, as far as my knowledge of magic goes, I would probably argue that I'm pretty much a novice, having not dealt with it before things happened.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. But, you clearly know some lower level magics. Can you show me, like, the simplest stuff? And basically it's just like he's just asking you to do your cantrips, which, since they don't cost anything, and you're not actually fighting something, you just go through all the cantrips you know.
Yeah.
And also the two you got from that one amulet, which you know that are from the amulet.
Yeah.
He's like, alright.
Oh my, this is nasty.
Nothing. And then he does as his Shadow Reach Blade cantrip, which is just green flame blade but dark. You don't quite have anything like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad there, Rin.
Thing makes Louis look like a pushover.
Yeah, I don't have anything quite like that outside of my Crimson Rights, but that requires a little bit of pain on my part to that.
Let's start from there, because I can certainly help with the pain on your part a little bit, and he will cast a first level healing mist on you. Oh, what the fuck? Why does it roll his damage on it? It shouldn't do damage. Goddamn character sheet. Ignore that. He's not actually hurting you.
Ow! Oh!
Oh, it was something different. I forgot to get it out of that. So, no, you just healed 8 HP. Okay. That was a thing I forgot to remove from his things. Like, wait, why does it have a ranged spell attack? Why is it doing damage? Okay.
Because it's Anna's fucking grenade.
Not quite, but whatever. So yeah, recover 8 HP.
Okay.
That should help you get started. Use your Crimson Right. Let's go from there. Try to just, without triggering most of what Orzal can do, just try to put your magic through. Just try to. He's like kind of struggling as he's trying to explain this. Try to put yourself into the weapon is the best way I can describe how to channel magic properly in such a way.
I try to attempt to do what he's describing.
For the sake of brevity, you guys are there for probably maybe about 1:30ish, maybe 2 o'clock when you got there. You go until about 6, maybe 6:30.
Okay.
By the end, now you may roll your new thing. Okay. And what Crimson Rite are you using while you're doing this?
We'll do flame.
Okay. So near the end of the impromptu training, you and Arvin have been exchanging blows, taking a minute to catch your breath, expending hit dice to heal yourself as needed.
Mm-hmm.
But near the end, you just see an opening right after Arvin had tried to come at you on his previous attack, and then it's like just a sudden instinct, and you feel this just interesting surge through your arm, and then you even feel it go through the blade, and you watch as the faint blood red flames around your blade just suddenly flare up, and you slash at Arvin, and you're like, whoa, wait, whoa, what the hell?
The hell? It's like activating a Crimson Rite without making myself bleed first. I could feel the surge all the way through the blade.
Arvin's actually kind of brushing himself off a little bit, and you notice at this point that you can see there's a lick of flame along the mark you left across his armor. It's not as intense as you thought it would be. And he's like, well, it's a good thing this armor is good for dealing with several different kinds of elemental damage, if need be. But I think you've certainly got something there.
Yes, indeed.
As he says that, he goes to attack anyways. And you notice in the split second of his shift from just standing there brushing off to him swinging at you with his dagger, you notice the dagger change. It goes from a more slightly curved thing to a little bit straighter, a little bit longer, and it seems to be somewhat wreathed in shadow, and not in the way of the cantrip he was using before. This is different. And indeed it is, because first off, boop boop, there's the swing, and then I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage.
What? At
You gave
disadvantage.
it Folkvanger? Really?
Folk Wagner is a cool thing, though, looking at it mythologically.
Oh yeah, Folk Wagner is cool.
How do I get disadvantage on that?
Because you are the target of the attack.
Oh. He just meets my AC, by the way. Dex save. 13.
Nope. And you get the feeling from his reaction after he hits you with this, he did not intend to do that in the slightest. Hit you, yes. Hit you in a way that caused just a wave of dark energy to wash over you and cleave the area behind you? No. And when he's done with the swing, he's then looking at the dagger are you okay? And he's very concerned.
Well, thankfully, I'm pretty sure with that statement you weren't trying to kill me, because I got other things I need to do. But, yeah, I'm fine.
And indeed, now that you get a better chance to look at it, the dagger is... It wasn't completely plain when you first saw it, but it definitely looks more ornate now, or at least more fancy. There even appears to be a gemstone near the hilt that matches the color of the blade itself, which is this interesting like sapphire blue.
Yeah, I kind of described to him what I saw, how the blade changed during the attack, and I make mention of that. Was your dagger that ornate before?
No, it was significant. No, it was. You see him then create a replica of how it used to look, but in like ice with his coldcraft cantrip, and just have it float above his palm. Looks more like this, and you see what it used to look like. It's just an ice version.
Hmm.
And then he just tosses the ice version against the wall, and it shatters into useless snow. Fing!
Given
Poor
that it
cat.
wasn't on purpose, was that instinctual, like you were trying to teach me? Did you feel a surge, or is that perhaps the weapon that did that?
That's the affinity of the weapon. It's the affinity of. You see his face like his eyes like kind of narrow, and his face like scrunch. Folkvanger. He seems very unsure by the fact he just said that, and he's still staring at the dagger.
Would I have any knowledge of that weapon?
Of that word?
The word, yeah.
Roll history to see if it sounds familiar.
20.
It's Folkvanger is not a place, at least not on material Kansara. You know that if you wish to, you're like, think about it. It's not on Kansara. You've heard the name before, but it was always in a religious context. So if you want to know more now, roll religion.
That name, that word, it's definitely not a place,
Oh,
at least not here on Kansara. Usually heard it relating to religion. 25.
Folkvanger is often considered there's planes that the gods have separate from Kansara, so they don't just continuously spat over the material world and just destroy all the poor mortals caught in the crossfire. Folkvanger is considered the plane of the goddess of dusk, Dulcea.
And I relay as much to Arvin. That's just as far as I know. I'm not as familiar with Dulcea as you are, so you might know a little more.
I do, and you're not wrong at all. Never heard of a weapon named for her domain, though. You see him like kind of twirl it, then put it back in its sheath. I'll look into that myself then. Seems I have my own little task to do. But he pats you on the shoulder. Certainly a better way to spend your day than mulling over what all that was back at the tavern.
Yeah.
Let's
Sadly,
go,
I've been so focused on vengeance. As much as I hate to admit it, I'm very naive when it comes to certain interpersonal relationships of the more intimate variety.
He just pats you on the shoulder. I feel you there. But let's go get something to eat. I'll buy.
All right.
So you now properly know Hunter's Wrath.
Yay.
And Arvin's Shadow Dagger is now revealed to be Folkvanger and has upgraded in a manner not dissimilar to a Odyssey Forged. Boop. Just change that on it real quick.
And the
Been waiting to do that one.
And the reason Hunter's Wrath does 2d8 is because I'm more focusing on the spell, so my attack itself is weaker. Because I know
It's more that
does 2d10 or 1d10, whatever.
It's more that the spell is wrapped around the blade. You're basically turning your weapon into the focus for the spell, so a energy blade sheaths around Ors also, and then it amplifies the blood right damage on top of that. So it's actually a fair bit stronger than just a normal hit from Orzal.
Okay, yeah.
And it has nifty effects when you're lower on health. And by nifty, I mean it just hurts more. A lot more.
Which is a good side effect, because I seem to spend a lot of time under half health.
Yeah, it also technically will get stronger once your Crimson Right damage die goes up too.
Ah, yes, because the damage is based off my right damage.
Yep. So eventually, at half health, your minimum damage on that will be at least 30.
And that, since I'm using the weapon as a focus, if I have a right active on it, that does not stack with the spell. Or does
No,
it?
the right on there is amplified by the spell. And it becomes the damage die rolled for. That's why it's 2 of your right damage.
Okay, so would I need a right active to use it? Just so
yes.
I'm clear? Okay. Gotcha. Got it.
Well, I'm thinking about it. You might actually not, but you wouldn't be able to keep the right active after you use the spell. You could basically flash use the right for the spell, and then that's it. But you've had to have at least used that right once on the weapon beforehand, and you've used both on Orzal so far. Good lord, Kel.
God damn it, Kel!
Good lord. Future Armageddon. Oh my god. Good lord, Cal.
Thankfully, she doesn't look like that.
No.
As far as you know, how does magic transformation work? Does it alter her weight?
Yeah.
Let's not
be
get into
fat,
that.
But she's still an adult dragon.
I was just going based
some
off appearance. I didn't say
metal.
nothing about weight. He showed. Marcus posted
don't
a
worry
picture.
about it.
Yeah, I know. She changed into human form. However, usually magical alterations to form don't adjust your actual shit, like density.
He's not wrong there.
This
But
is fair.
let me find the image again just for the sake
Well, that
of
just means
reference.
she can't
So
be on
you
top
better
of that.
fight, and it better not end in a fucking draw, otherwise she's gonna top, and then we're gonna have to dig up your bones.
Death by snoo snoo.
Whatever you do, don't try to pick her up and carry her off. That's all I'm gonna say.
His arms just rip out of his sockets.
Strength check.
I have
okay,
a-
you passed.
I have a strength of 20. I can do this. Ah!
Oh god, my body!
My
My
everything.
arms.
My legs! As she gets off the ground, his legs just give out first. Snap like toothpicks. Where the fuck is the goddamn pictures of her I had? Didn't delete them. I know I didn't. God damn it! Go back up to the top and slowly. Good to know. So we'll cover your thing real quick before we go back into the life and suffering of Giacchio Pololi.
Into the true main event.
Yeah.
So you think. You don't know what I'm gonna do.
Ah, there she is. For a reminder, this is what Endala looked like when she approached you guys, or rather, when she was glomping and making out with Giacchio.
Before getting water dumped on his head. Her
Yeah.
head. Because you're in public, you two. Now, stop it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that reminds me of another thing for Padma that's going to come up later. But we're gonna take a quick break and see what Justice will do with Arvin in tow to help foot the bill for things.
Arvin's currently getting his ass
And I
beat
will be
by-
right back grabbing
No.
food.
Well, that's one day out of the week. Like, this is all things that happen over the course of the entire week. Not just all in one day, so...
Going to go get better armor.
Better how?
Justice needs something shinier than simple +1 plate mail.
You know, you're not wrong about that. How
We end up going to the same place that the Boof and the Druid went to for upgrades.
okay. How much more shiny you looking for?
It'll depend. Not quite sure what my options are for increased shininess.
Let me get out my loot list real quick, in case I have some armors on here that you might find in the store. And if not, I have a very large selection I can pull from.
I gotta make the tea and stuff before you start crafting.
Well, now it comes back to the question of what sort of armor are you looking for? Light, medium, heavy, and with any odd effects upon it.
Probably, well, it's going to be heavy armor, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And something to make myself, or heck, maybe even other people around me, tankier.
Well,
Something similar to that, but full plate and probably a bit more than the +1. Something like that, where I can use something to help people around me if I'm not directly getting slapped in the face.
Okay.
Ooh, what's the armor that you have right now? Like, what's its AC?
Base AC for his is a +1 plate, so it's 19.
19.
Oh, which is better than what I have.
Well-
Well, outside of the Odyssey Forge.
Mm-hmm. Let me see here. Okay, so you're mainly looking for plate armor. Let me look through this big list, see if I can't find things that are cool. Besides the Sentinel one. Oh, that one's automatically out the things that's required for specific fucking classes, which is stupid. Let's try this one. And this one. What do you do? That one is also out the picture. We'll keep that one in mind. Oh, this sounds promising. Okay, that one's out. Again, it's fucking... God damn it. No, didn't mean to click that. Fuck. Why these things gotta be really rude.
And in general, for the week, while I am not shopping for, righteous upgrades, I'm going to just generally patrolling the streets and doling out justice to the evildoers I come across.
Okay.
He's the real
while-
Batman.
While posing heroically on the rooftops against the, lightning backdrops like Batman. Only I can create my own lightning backdrops, so I don't need to wait for it to happen on its own.
Lol.
You certainly get some interesting looks about you as you go about your your heroics. But before you do that, you find several armors and hear of several enchantments that like catch your interest. There's obviously the Sentinel enchantment that you showed me. You also know of one that you also know of another one that if while you're wearing it, if a creature hits you with a non-magic melee weapon and crit fails, the weapon just breaks against your mighty armor.
Oh,
Has to be a
That is-
non-magic weapon, but if it's a
that
melee weapon, not magical, and it hits
Horribly
you, it just
specific.
smashes.
Like non-magical weapon and crit fails. And it's like, okay.
Hey man, it's happened. Also means they then have to resort to trying to punch you, and punching is very bad if you're not a monk.
yeah, because you just do flat damage. You don't even get to roll.
Yeah, it's 1 plus your strength modifier for your damage there. You also find, what's this one do? No, that one's not what you're looking for. Let me go back to this. You also see a set of dwarven plate mail armor that it looks considerably more protective and more like it would keep you grounded if someone tried to knock you off your footing with some manner of villainy.
Hmm.
Some manner of ability. Guessing mechanically that translates to
Mechanically, it's +2 plate armor that if an effect forcibly moves you back along the ground, you can use your reaction to reduce the distance you're knocked back by up to 10 feet.
Oh,
Would
nice.
the second and third effect of that be anywhere in play in this campaign? I don't know if you have any plans for that sort of enemy to be common enough to make that worth it.
Still, it's +2 armor.
Oh no, he's showing me a different one. In out of character, it's entirely possible. I can't actually answer that question for you. In character, when it's described to you as fiends, they don't specify fiends as in like demons. So you mean it's like, I'm all about it. I'm all
That's
fucking about
specifically
it.
what I was asking about, because it's like, could fiend apply to just general villains? Because that'd be broken as fuck.
There might be some things involved with that, but in character, you're all about it. You don't care if what the fiends part means. If you deem them a fiend, as far as you're concerned, it's better. You hear that, and you're just like, the rest of what he says is just lost to you because you're just like, it stops fiends, give. So
Let's go with that then.
You could get your armor swapped out for a set of angelic armor, or well, angelic plate armor in your case.
I am a good character, so I can wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, it requires attunement. Fuck.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
One of the roguey girls makes between $800 and $1,000 a week for a 60-hour shift.
What does she do?
QA testing for interactive softwares at a major publishing company.
Yeah. So that the attunement might pose a problem for you.
It does, because several of my cosmetic items require attunement for reasons.
The dwarven plate does not require attunement. I will say that.
Oh no, I was referring to things I already had.
Yeah, but here's what the dwarven plate you found does. Oh, those both require attunement as well, so they're off the list.
Darian, we're both in the wrong fields of work.
Why?
Fucking QA testing? It's crazy. Even if it only pays like $11 or $12 an hour, the job gives them overtime for anything after 40 hours a week. So they do between 60 and 65 hours in a week. It's fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, you can rack it up as a QA.
That's
well,
the most
that's-
secure job in the world, though.
Yeah, depending upon what level of
Uh.
QA you are, who you're working for, you can basically be placed with literally
No.
anyone else. It depends. Like once you get high enough, though, you have the right certifications, you can
No.
be set. Unless you're a video
Meanwhile,
game
I'm I
tester.
well, I
Hi.
like being in my field because I can draw stuff like that.
Oh.
Still found the squirrel.
Squirrel! So, it's up to you, Rin. Will you go for attunement or will you go for something else?
Well, I just don't have any slots for attunement. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because I have my sword, I have my cape.
Your cape doesn't require attunement.
As it does.
It does?
Yes. That's what I was kind of... I think it's either the cape or the beacon. One of them requires attunement. I remember that.
I am going to check that because I feel like that is wrong. I know your gauntlets require attunement.
Yeah, my gauntlets and my sword, dude. I'm pretty sure. I think the cape said it did too.
I created this cape. I know its secrets. But I'm going to double check your character sheet nonetheless because I feel like you're wrong. No, it's your belt that does. The cape does not require attunement. Your belt, however, does.
Regardless,
Yeah, no,
he has 3 attuned items already.
Yeah.
And
It's
they're all
your
kind of important.
your belt of giant strength, your sword, and then your lightning gloves.
So I'd probably be looking for a enchantment on my existing armor then.
Yeah, so that would be either you go for the dwarven armor that I showed you, or you could get a slightly better version of that sentinel armor, probably.
Let's go with a slightly better version of the sentinel armor, because that's kind of the thing I'm going for.
You get a +2 version of that,
Sweet.
and you could easily convince Arvin into paying the cost. So just don't worry about it.
So can you throw me the exact stats for that then? Like, would it just be a +2 for the armor itself over the base AC, or does it apply to the effect as well?
Hold on.
Yay, shopping!
Okay, let me just apply that to it on your character sheet real quick. Boop boop. That is the effect.
Oh, that's fun. Yay.
Yeah. And I'll put that on the thing for you. Boop boop. It's a good thing you have heavy armor mastery. You'd have disadvantage on stealth.
Well, I have heavy armor already, so I
Yeah.
already had disadvantage on stealth if that was the case.
Yeah, but heavy armor master gets rid of that. So it is a cool
I
feat.
don't have 22 AC.
Mm-hmm.
I can throw 2 AC at a friend nearby if I want to.
That takes it off of you, though. Keep that in mind.
But yeah, if I'm getting hit, that's great. I'm doing my job. If it's not paying attention to me, I can at least somewhat protect the person that is getting hit. It means I'm also still doing my job. That also
Alright.
means I can... What's your AC, Cal?
24.
I can make him have 26.
Oh, God.
And that's before all of my auras and shit kick in, so yeah.
Let me put it to you
I
another way,
can't
guys.
dodge.
The absolute max AC for anything in this game, anything in 5e, is 30.
he's
You guys
put-
are reaching fucking Tarask levels of AC. That's kind of bullshit.
Okay, let me put it to you this way.
With a lot of buffs.
With all my auras going and throwing that at Kel, I can give him, I think, +3 AC now. The boof is tanky.
The boof is never gonna get hit.
The boof's gonna be shot with fireballs a lot, is what I'm hearing as the DM, which will be fine because he's resistant to fire.
Also, a little bit something to retcon. Shiakio is actually 27.
Ah. Still, it was only the time frame you met the Durgan is still the same though.
Okay, yeah.
It is basically all I wanted to do shopping-wise, because everything else I have is more or less on lock until I can find a better sword.
Okay, but in the course of your heroics, you are as heroes with appreciation are wont to receive some gifts from some of the people. It's not much, but over the course of your harrowing feats and deeds, you make about 212 gold.
Woohoo! I tripled my gold.
There are a few like semi-annoyed cops involved, but like but since you're helping, they're like, just go. when they're done, instead of like trying to talk to you for too long, just go, go.
Leave. Just fucking leave.
You did your thing, go, and you just disappear with ha 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 ha, and they're just like, oh my god.
I do the dramatic little cape flip turn as I walk away.
My work here is done. Whoosh.
Except he actually
Yep,
did something.
Exactly that cape flish, just like whoosh. Now returning to your regularly scheduled pain.
And Otome
Okay.
bullshit.
Let me see if I have better music for this part of the campaign.
Oh god.
Let me see. And oh shit, didn't mean to click that. Sorry about the boofing.
The main protagonist. I'm not the main protagonist. I just inadvertently
You're
became
playing
the
the
harem
character.
protag.
Where is a good song for this? You know what? No, let's go back down. Scroll back down. We'll use this one.
I'm definitely curious. Nah.
Wow, that's really fucking quiet. God damn.
Yeah, it is.
Something else then. Oh god, I know exactly what to do for this.
Oh no.
That's not what I thought it would be, but okay. That'll work for this segment of what is about to befall Giacchio Pololi.
God help me.
So it's not in the context of a kill, but how exactly do you want to do this?
Let's see.
Like, how are you setting this up? Are you just gonna call her, get Padma around too, maybe, or just
Yeah.
commit to dealing with one thing first, then the other?
I think it would be best to have all three of us there to discuss things.
Okay. Well, you have Endala's number,
Yes.
so I assume you start with getting her to someplace.
Yes.
Honestly, I'd say do one-on-one first, and then just all three in the same room. Full honesty, it's like just say they're thinking genre savvy. That can easily lead to disaster.
Oh,
That-
you don't even know.
That actually might be a good idea. I will talk to Andala separately first.
All right. So you call up Indala, and because I assume you don't do this the same day, you just got your shit beat around by Arvin.
No. No.
So feel free to hit long rest for all your shit back, because you'll have that back by the time.
That would be a very bad idea. Beaten, bruised, tired. Let's go try to talk to this person who tried to tackle and make out with me earlier.
Especially...
She totally won't take advantage of my weakened state. Nope, not at all.
Yeah, right.
I show up even more with battle damage on. It's like, oh no, I am too sexy for her. Suddenly grabbed and pulled into the bedroom.
Your damaged art is too good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So you give her a call, and about what time of day would you call her at?
I just want you to know I'm imagining this big hulking full dragon holding the tiny cell phone in like two of the claws, just like, hello?
I'll say about what equates to about 10 a.m. Have some brunch.
Okay. Give her a call. She answers it. It's like that kind of like, hold on a second. I'm gonna need to do a thing to properly emphasize this effect. Hold on. It's just like, hello? It sounds like she just woke up.
Hello, Indala. This is Shayakio. Were you...
Oh, hi.
I didn't wake you up, did I?
No, I was actually kind of sleeping, and so that was a big help. Thank you. What did you need?
I was wondering if there was somewhere perhaps you wanted to meet if you're still in town. Discuss some things.
I, am, yes, a place, if, I'll text you and then click.
Fuck off, Rin.
After about 20 minutes, you get a text for a location. And within a few moments of you getting that, it turns out she unintentionally sent you that and also sent it to someone else at the same time, because there's another number in there that you don't know. Because it's not in dollars, and they're like, oh no. And, like, it just reads just like, oh no, what this time?
The response from the unknown number?
The unknown number was, it seems like it was talking to Indala, because she then does another message, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, and then after that you get the message of the location again, but it's just you and her now. And every so often, as you're like, I assume, getting ready to go meet her at the place, there's like this side conversation going on. It's like, it sounds like she's arguing with someone she knows.
I don't
So is Keith's just gonna walk up to Shayakio and drop a milk carton in front of his feet with a missing person and just go, I don't want you to end up like this.
Emma walks over, grabs the booth by the back of his arm. Come on, Celestine. He's worried enough as is.
Okay, I didn't intend to do this, but Kel, you have earned DM inspiration. Of your choice, the next time you make a roll, you may have advantage.
Yay.
That's for...
He's gonna hold on to that for an attack roll 2 sessions from now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
pretty much
no, it
instantly
doesn't-
used.
Yeah, no, it doesn't go away until you want to use it. It's just there until you decide to use it. You have earned the first DM inspiration of this campaign.
As Padma finally walks over, just starts trying to guide the dog away towards where a group of children are. It's like, come on, let's go play with them. Let Zakio bluster on his own. Come, go.
Thanks, Padma.
Arvin just walks by, and you see, like, in a little trail of like snow behind him as he walks past. I'll say something stirring at your funeral.
Padma shouts back, Arvin, be more supportive.
Arvin just looks at her like, well, if he doesn't die, there's no funeral.
Exactly! Stop saying he's going to die!
He just sort of sighs and just goes about his business.
I don't expect a response, but as I'm making my way to said location, nervous as hell at this point, I do
Also,
ask
from
who
the
that
tune
was.
of the argument, by the way, it sounds like this has happened before with Endala. Because it's like, oh my god, did you hit on someone else again? It's just like one of the lines that comes, and you're just like, the hell? And eventually, you just stop seeing messages at all, and you realize it's because, oh, you were removed from the conversation. But you still see the log of like just this argument between Endala and someone else.
On my way there, I do ask who that was. With a thinking emoji.
Response is, it was don't worry about that. She exaggerates. That's my sister.
Ah.
And she does like an emoji doing like the apology, like hands in front of face thing at you.
He's a bit overprotective.
You don't get a response from that one.
I meant that as a question, but either way, I probably don't.
Yeah,
get
no,
a
you
response.
still don't get a response. You still don't. But when you get there, it's a if you can imagine a Starbucks but with way more class, it's about where you're meeting up at.
Nice.
Like there's a, like little patio place, even though there's not really a sun to beat down.
So an actual
But it's still like,
coffee shop, sweet.
yeah.
I assume I see it from a distance, because what I'm gonna do, noticing the place, is I'm gonna slip on the whatchamacallums, the bracers of many garments.
Oh, the sleeves of many garments.
Yeah.
Get yourself a fancy look.
Yeah.
Snazzy.
Not like full on tux, but
At least
Some-
look like you're going out for
yeah.
nice coffee.
Dress like I belong there, essentially.
Look presentable.
So like nice button-up shirt, nice pants,
Mhm.
nice shoes, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Easy to manage with your sleeves of many garments. Underrated magic item, by the way. Only found originally in Pathfinder, but I brought it here.
Finally got to fucking use them.
Yeah, you've
as
had
soon
them
as you
since the start of the
described the-
campaign.
Yeah, as soon as you described the place, I was like, oh, I could finally use these.
Not even intentional, but have fun. So you show up about looking like a. I also the mental image is like it's like a kind of that new body piece for guys, like
Oh,
fancy
the fancy
one.
ruffled.
It looks about like that,
Mm-hmm.
just with less like ruffles around the neck, more sane.
I was thinking.
There.
I was thinking that gold. I forget what it's called. That adventuring set. That's glamour.
An
that looks
adventurer set?
fancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scion set?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can easily manage that. And you're like, these things are fucking spiffy as you're walking up, looking really sharp.
Bet Geralt never had a pair of these. He says out of character.
Who? Who had never? Never mind.
Geralt
Anyway.
from The Witcher, because
Oh.
he hates fancy shindigs where he has to wear fancy clothes.
Mm.
Anyway,
Endala's there. Her outfit's not dissimilar from the last time you saw her, but it's clearly more like presentable outfits as opposed to just like traveling. I might need to punch a bitch in the face kind of gear.
right.
You notice that there's a pendant hanging around her neck specifically. It's like over top of her shirt that looks about like the skull she had on her shoulder. So you assume that's what's helping her maintain her form.
Okay.
At least that's the logic you use because it's been consistent from the two outfits you've
it's
seen
a
her in,
consistent piece,
and she is
yeah.
actually Durgan. And boy, howdy, is she looking like nervous and fidgety as you walk up.
I
Also,
see
a
I'm
roll
not the
perception.
old- Perception?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sec. Give me a second. Perception. 18.
You don't get to look at their face, but you see the back of the head of someone. Hairstyle and color looks familiar, but you can't place it. They just like, I might have seen that someone person before, or it might just be similar hairstyle. You're not sure, but you recognize someone else here, and they're sitting at a different booth by themselves.
Okay. Not what I'm here for. May investigate later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shall we have a seat?
She just sort
He
of
is
gestures a hand to the across from her because she's already at a table.
Oh, she's already at a table.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's already
I
at a
thought
place.
I thought she was standing by waiting for me. Okay. In that case,
No, she was-
Yeah.
Just join her at the table.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You also notice as you're walking up a little bit better, her tail is like tightly coiled around one of her own legs.
Keep that dumb thing under control.
You're not there.
Don't worry about the peanut gallery. They're just here for comedic effect.
Yeah. And she's notably nervous, you said?
Notably nervous and more obviously blushing now that she sees you in fence getup. Yes, it is my job to make this as awkward as possible. Enjoy.
Shiakio's hiding it a little better. I don't know if you're gonna make
You know what? You know what? If you want to tell me how well you're hiding it, roll me a deception check, motherfucker.
Yeah, see how well let's see how well I hide my own nervousness here. 10.
You suck.
God damn it.
You can't be that
I
smooth.
It's the ears twitching and the tail that are giving you away more than anything else. The rest of you is fine. Your ears and tail are betraying you.
Especially the
Tail
tail.
always betrays.
Great.
You know, yep.
Rin.
Am I wrong though?
No, but anyway, okay, keeping focus.
Yep.
She kind of adjusts her hair a little bit, just like runs a straight strand over her. It's like, you look nice.
As do you, my dear.
Pop.
You hear you swear you hear a small cracking noise and like look down. It seems like one of her talons has like dug into the ground a little bit. just like her pinky toe, a little bit, just like crack in the ground.
Someone's a little passionate. Not that there's anything wrong with that, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think of what to say. How exactly I want to word this, because I gotta word this very carefully.
Oh, I'm excited. My body is Reggie. Just put a picture of Reggie Fils-Aimé here. Here you go. That's me right now. I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Let's start with a question. So, how long have you had these feelings, if you don't mind me asking?
She kind of clears her throat. Not long after we first met.
Sarnai, stop robbing beach chairs.
Continuing.
Have you been trying to find me since then, or have you just been trying to figure out your emotions?
And started trying to find you about 2 years ago.
Fair enough.
Which might sound weird. That's actually not a long time in dragon years.
Right.
What?
2 years.
Spending 2 years trying to find a mortal.
Dragons are effectively immortal in most lores.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much, which would explain why she's moving so fast, because you're not.
Anyway.
Pardon me.
The obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Look, in Celestine's race, when it's time to reproduce, we run around like assholes around flowers.
Moving on, Jinx.
Sorry, this is probably very awkward.
I'll be right back. I got booth duty.
Okay. In and out of game.
Yeah, right. Sorry if it's not obvious enough already. I am fairly nervous myself. May I ask why you were so quick to leave the other day?
You don't get so much words as a response as you get some like animated hand gestures of her like starting and trying to begin like 15 different ways of explaining herself, and just like, and then she just finds herself for just like gesturing between herself and you. This very awkward. This situation. Not used to it.
Nor am I, to be honest.
What's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 20.
You hear from the direction you saw that person look familiar a spit take.
A what?
A spit take, like to just spat out their drink.
Oh, a spit take. Okay.
Yeah. And then like some coughing, and you see like one of the baristas, like someone who's like walking around like, "Hey, you okay?" And like, yeah, fine.
I look in his or her direction with a puzzled look on my face. I assume I saw the back of their head before. Do I see their face now?
You, don't get a good look at their face. You do see that they are an elf of some resort, an elf, because you see the pointing ears. It takes you a minute and you realize, oh, that's a drow.
Is that Jana?
Nope.
No? Different drow? Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is the bar on fire? Do you have
No. That's a very good point. Is there fucking hellfire and brimstone around? No, not Jana.
Seeing that, my face is a little more puzzled, but I turn back to the task at hand.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure that was the only reason you left in a hurry? Just it being awkward between us.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh boy. Here comes the first of many. Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh no! I wasted all the good rolls earlier. Damn you, Arvin.
no, that was it. Yeah, that was it. Now, if you want, you can roll insight to see if she's lying.
Hard to read, probably.
Little tricky. As flustered as she seems to be, like a little still like in control enough to like focus, and like she seems honest, but you're not 100% sure on that.
She's not maliciously trying to deceive me, but
Yeah, not
she might
maliciously.
be-
It's like
she's
clear.
being
It's
a little
like I
skittish.
don't want to talk about it. Please, can we move on?
Well, no need to be so nervous. Although it's a little bit easier said than done.
Quite.
Back.
Heyo.
I need to get the dog a new leash because I'm worried she's gonna lunge and the one she has is going to snap.
At least she can't teleport.
Yeah, right. Now, obviously, this might be metagaming, but can I infer that can I infer that she thought I was already with Padma based on her reactions in the bar? Or not so much with my rolls?
Would have to insight check your recollection of it, so just roll an insight check.
13?
Maybe not, or maybe it could be she thought you and Padma were already like a thing, or she just realized, oh, there's people around. Oh God, I'm sorry. It could go either way as far as you're
was at a bar.
concerned.
Okay. Did Miss Padma, the Undine that was with me, have anything to do with some of your reactions in the bar?
Huh? The charming one with the blue hair?
Yes.
Oh, no, not at all.
Can I insight check that?
Yes. You don't even have to
19.
ask if you think you need to insight roll it. Absolutely. You're sure Padma was at fault for some of her running away. Just, you see that reaction, you're just like, I know it. I know who did it. You did it. You killed Mr. White with the candlestick. Don't know where, but I know you killed him. How do you not know where? We found his body. Don't worry about it.
You know, it's alright if she was the reason. And I won't deny that I do have some feelings for her. And the funny thing is, I kind of started having feelings for much the same reason. Wait, before I continue that statement, do I know why she has Dokis for me?
You're not sure, but from what Padma and Arvin have said, it probably involved you fought her to a draw.
Okay, just making
sure. You have a reasonable enough suspicion to state that you're pretty sure it's because you two fought.
Okay. I have a feeling you quite highly respect someone's strength, especially if you want that person to be your mate, and I kind of fell for Padma in much the same way. But we're not a thing, if that's what you're worried about.
Oh no, I'm not worried at all. That's actually good to know. Good to know. Very good to know. Yes. She starts like chewing on her thumbnail a little bit.
This dragon really needs to get.
You also hear a thunk again from the direction of that same fucking drow.
I just take a quick glance. I'm like, did they just face plant?
Yeah, just like head down, their arms are over their head. Just like you recognize it as like the oh my god, it's painful, it hurts us.
You know what? At this point, it's enough of a nuisance. Excuse me, miss. Can I help you? Directed.
You don't know if it's a dude or not. You
Excuse,
just know it's a drow.
Excuse me, can I help you? Since you seem to be so intent on listening to our conversation.
They're only about like they have their back to you, and like they're like a table
that's...
over behind
Oh.
Indala. So it's like if you're looking at Indala, like the drow in question is like in your peripheral to the right.
Okay. Well, maybe I don't go quite that far. I just say, excuse me, are you alright? Can I help you?
You hear a familiar voice, just, fine, thank you, and just holds up the hand as like the okay hand thing, and then puts the hand back on their head.
Damn it. I need to stay focused, but I half want to figure out who that is. Anyway, despite me and Padma not being a thing, how do I word this nicely and hopefully not get myself hurt? I don't want to turn away your feelings, because I'd be lying if I said the feeling wasn't reciprocated, at least to some degree. But I don't want to give up on my feelings for Padma either.
As you say that, like, she like stops chewing her fingernail, and you notice her left ear like twitches a few times.
Is there any other indication of what type of emotional reaction?
Wide eyes staring, like, like Dragon.exe has stopped responding is about the reaction you're getting right now. It does seem like her ear is reacting to something different because it keeps twitching.
You're alright.
There's no response at first.
Well,
Oh, I'm, so, yes. And she, like, baps her ear with one hand, then, like, she's adjusting her hair a little bit, but more obviously slapping her ear. And you catch a glimpse of, because your passive perception is high enough to see it, a little cord. It looks like she has an earpiece in.
Might I ask what that is there in your ear?
Huh?
I can see the earpiece. Please don't
Oh,
lie about it.
That's, you hear the chair of that drow move, turn, and, oh, that's Evelyn, that chick who made out with Arvin the other day. She, like, spins around in place, and you see her eyes just drilling holes in the back of Indala's head with this, like, really, bitch look?
Can I help you? You said her name was Evelyn?
Yes.
Can we help you, Evelyn?
She just holds up a hand one moment, and then she grabs a coffee, and then takes her chair and pulls it up to the table you guys are at, and is like sitting kind of like the mediator and an arm wrestling thing between the two of you. I'm very sorry about all of this.
What, this? Pointing between myself and Antala.
Yes, this isn't the first time this has happened. She's, well, let's just say her heart is a bit more fickle than she likes to believe it is, and she gets smacked in the arm by Andala. The drow, like, kind of rubs her arm a little bit. Ow, didn't need to hit that hard.
I see. I'm just kind of contemplating in my head at this point.
Celestine. Her? I love that image. It is love square.
It's Ranma 1/2, Kel. This is all I'm getting from this. It's just it's Ranma 1/2.
So if her heart is so fickle, how come she doesn't have other lovers? Or does she have other lovers?
She's had in the past.
Let's be reasonable. How old is she?
An adult dragon, she's probably had quite a few.
Yeah.
This is true. What happened to them? Did they die of old age or something? Or...
It's...
I know dragons live quite
Evelyn, like,
long
pauses,
lives.
sips on her coffee, as Indala's just face is just in her hands, her elbows table, and she's just like, "Oh God, why?"
She breaks them.
Oh no!
Evelyn just sort of sips. It's been what? Only 30 years since the last one passed away? And Dala just like, shut up, please. I am very sorry about my friend. This is a recurring thing with her. She's a bit too, well, she gets her dander up quite a bit when she encounters people she considers strong. And kind of as some dragons are off do, compelled to hoard.
I see.
Though in her case, her hoard is typically emotion-based. So then she gets slapped in the arm again by Andala. Please stop. Evelyn just keeps sipping the coffee, rubbing her arm a little bit. Please stop hitting so hard then.
Well, I was hoping to come to some sort of compromise, but given that information, that might not be the easiest thing to accomplish.
At this point, Evelyn gives you this flat look. Honestly, if someone came along and knocked her flat out with a single punch to the jaw, she'd be all over them within 20 minutes of her waking up.
So this dragon is what I'm getting. This dragon is horny on Maine. In more ways than one.
That'd be about the sense I would be getting at this point.
Yeah, it's just this like straight deadpan look from this drow who, from the look in her eyes, you get the feeling she's not actually a drow.
Wait,
No, but I would get hoarded, Rin.
I get the feeling that she's not a drow.
Yeah, just from the look in her eye, and like how sure she sounds when she says this. Either
Is
she's
this
really
your
old
sister?
for most drow, or she's not a drow.
Two things, Indala. Is there truth to what she says? And two, is this actually your sister?
Evelyn just has like a bemused smirk, takes a sip. Sister, no. Though we certainly argue like we're family.
And I assume I don't get a response to the other
And
question.
all you see, like, face is still in the hands, like her head's down, but like you see what you can only assume to be nodding, as her head's like still face down on the table, in her arms is like, yes.
Well then, and I'm facing Evelyn at this point. What are you to her if not family?
Best friend.
Fair enough. I assume that was your number in the accidental group chat then.
Yep. You're one of Arvin's friends, right?
Yes, and he's also still in town if you'd like to see him.
Oh, good. I would like to apologize for slapping him. He's a bit worried. No, from what I saw of when you were dealing with those hooligans, I can see why she fell for you. Another sip on the coffee.
I appreciate the compliment.
Work on your form, though. You're a bit stiff.
If I'll have to ask you about that later, but
Oh, good. Rin caught that.
Lewd. Lewd.
Marcus is having too much fun with the situation.
Oh, you
so
know
much,
it.
so much.
Hold on. Keep going, Jinx. I gotta share an image.
So, Indala, what? Even though chances seem slim given the information I have now, would there be a way to perhaps work out a compromise of some sort?
I love this image.
That's how you
yeah,
describe
that one.
everything I do.
Mm-hmm. Indala doesn't properly answer, just does like a sort of a so-so gesture with her hand. And Evelyn, if you want to, I suppose you could. Oh, that's even better. Thank you, Cal. I love that show.
I'm not allowed
I
to
haven't
watch
watched that show in
show
ages.
anymore.
You're not allowed to watch what anymore?
Big O. I'm not allowed to watch it anymore. It was banned.
Why are you not allowed to watch Big O?
Anyway, back on track.
Anyway, Evelyn actually sits down her, like probably at this point about 3/4 empty, little styrofoam little coffee shop cup of coffee.
I am aware this is a very selfish ask. But as I said, I don't want to just reject your feelings when they are somewhat, at least somewhat reciprocated.
There's a pause as Evelyn just like starts sizing you up, and as she's staring you down, you're beginning to have a better idea of what you're dealing with Evelyn now. This is another dragon.
So Arvin has a dragon too. Lovely.
All the Durgans.
To be fair, Arvin is at least part dragon.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
I don't think I know that in character, but yeah.
No, in character
Yeah?
he was talking about it because he mentioned his
Yeah.
grandfather. He
Oh,
had
yeah,
the same grandpa.
yeah.
But yeah, you're very acutely aware this is a dragon. It's not a kind of dragon you've dealt with, but from the intense stare, and you're willing to at least partially assume that her disguise is indicative of her nature. You're willing to wager she's a darkness dragon.
Might I ask exactly what you're sizing up, Evelyn?
Your character.
She's sizing up your backstory.
God, his wisdom is so low.
My wisdom is 20.
Yeah,
She's
they're
just
dragons.
checking
That's
your
probably
character
low.
sheet.
Fair enough.
Maybe. But I have to ask, are you being honest is Giacchio being honest when he says that?
Yes, he is being entirely honest.
No, but it says more about you than it does about her. Or, well, no. She pauses. It says bad things about both of you, really.
Savage.
What can you tell just from looking at me that's bad? Besides apparently my form.
Well, she picks up the coffee, just knocks the rest of it back like a shot of vodka. Sets her cup
I'm
down.
curious. I'm just genuinely curious.
She's gonna answer. She's just starting
No, that's-
prefacing her with knocking back her coffee like a shot of vodka.
No, that's the sense she could very easily get from me, is I'm just genuinely curious of what you think of me.
At the moment, you're thinking with the wrong head a bit too much.
Can't say that's entirely wrong.
And she looks at Indala. You really know how to pick them, don't you? You really do. And just Indala just like this mortified like groan.
She gets ones that are equally horny on Maine. I understand now.
What am I going to do with you, Indala? And you hear this like meek, let me handle this? And then just, no. Evelyn is now like rubbing the bridge of her nose as she's like trying to think of a solution here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Have you spoken to the other girl you're keen on about this at all?
Not yet. I figured, given that I do know that some, not all, dragons tend to be selfish with particular things, I figured it would be best to talk to Miss Indala here separately first.
Wise choice in that respect. Though you're fortunate I was able to talk her into an open place, or, well, I don't think you'd be seeing your friends anytime soon. And then Indala, you see Evelyn like shift, jolt like someone kicked her, and she just looks uncalled for.
The anime industry seemed to be getting funneled into a convention and an American anime.
What the hell?
Yep. Anime is the American enemy. What are we talking about?
I don't know.
Darian, we can hear your thing.
I know, I clicked, it was an ad. I was trying to shut it off.
Ah.
Go back. Sorry.
But yeah, you're now. I'm gonna say because I'm curious. What's your insight? Like bonus to insight?
The bonus to insight is +5.
Okay, so your passive insight is then 15.
Yes.
You're very easily pick it up that like if Indala had her way, she would just spirited you off, and then you just been doing things in a bedroom a lot with her. Like that's the implication you're getting from what Evelyn is saying.
She would have purchased you a one-way ticket to the Bone Zone.
Basically. And who knows how long that would take.
Yeah, right.
Until the flesh was spongy and bruised.
Well, I appreciate your assistance in that regard.
Honestly, I'd say you'd be better off just turning her down. She really needs to get a better handle of herself, and Indala's like, I'm fine. You don't need to keep doing this. You're the one who asked me to mediate. And Indala just, I know. It then just goes back and forth, and then just minor bickering like this for about 5 minutes, and you very easily get the sense this has happened so many times over their lifetime that they've known each other. Just so many.
Let me pose a question to you, Evelyn. What happens if I turn her down? I'm asking
nothing.
Evelyn, but I'm looking at Indala.
Evelyn, just to you, nothing. You just go on your life.
What kind of reaction is Indala getting at this point? At that question.
It's hard to tell. Her face is still on the table, covered by her arms, and it's just this continued aura of just mortified and dread and all the bad. So honestly, in the long run, it's probably better. As well, this one has a lot of trouble controlling herself. No, I'm sure you may have noticed that when you were called in to chase her off from a village, she was hassling quite a bit.
Yes.
You just see Indala just pound her fist on the table. You hassle a village once for the first time in 3,000 years!
Whoa.
Adult dragon!
And Evelyn just puts her hand on Evelyn's shoulder. Evelyn puts her head on Indala's shoulder, and I give you all the shit for it because it's funny and I'm your best friend.
Do I remember why she was hassling the town?
You never got a reason. You just knew that there was a lightning giant hassling a town.
By the way,
No
I
one's sure if it
never
was
did-
territory or she moved in and decided, nah, I just want you out. never a reason given, and you never got one for her after you fought.
Been a while, but was there a reason you hassled that town? I don't think I ever got one before.
And all just like, you have to strain yourself to hear her say it, but she's like, in a kind of quiet voice, I don't want to talk about it.
There's another person, wasn't it?
And Dala goes just completely ramrod stiff in place. And Evelyn's just like, sharper than I gave you credit for.
And she's been like this for over 3,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm certain you've tried to change that behavior, given that you're her best friend.
I've made some progress. Better than when this all started by a long shot, that's for sure. And then
Find some progress.
Evelyn starts to answer, and then just sort of claps her mouth shut and like
her?
looks at Indal and just like smacks her arm. Get your foot off of me!
Please let her answer, dear. And yes, I know what I said.
You watch as Indala's skin goes from that like, tan-ish color. It starts like fading to like the purple scales of like a lightning dragon a little bit. Evelyn looks at you. Don't keep saying that if you want to, keep your pants on. But, well, there wasn't a lot of discussion in the past. It just sort of, more of a, you're mine now, and then she whisked them off. So, vast improvement from just straight up kidnapping people.
And you haven't come up with a solution to make her heart a little less fickle.
There have been some. And, well, progress is progress, but, it does get kind of tiring having to play the idiot's minder for millennia.
I'll be perfectly honest, I don't want to just outright reject her at this point, because I feel that would somehow be rude, but at the same time I'm also being selfish. And like you said, probably thinking with the wrong head.
Mm-hmm.
It gets the sense that I'm trying to figure out some sort of solution to make this not bad, but nothing is coming to mind.
Just quit while you're ahead. You might want to. You have, I believe, another conversation to have with someone else.
Yes.
Sorry for the trouble she caused you.
It's no trouble at all. And at this point... Well, I suppose I'll leave you to think on my compromise. I have another conversation to have, and we'll see where things go from there.
All right. If she thinks of something that isn't phenomenally stupid, she'll probably let you know.
I'm sure she will. I place a reassuring hand on her forearm before I leave money on the table for the drinks and head back.
Alright.
You're just-
You didn't get kidnapped by dragons. Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you got to go through hard mode, and that's Padma.
Oh god.
Wait, why am I hard mode?
Because it's you, Tori.
It's not Marcus trying to roleplay a horny dragon.
Alright. Let's see, I make my way back. And what time is it at this point?
Time to get there. Whole conversation. About time to get there back. In total, that whole thing took about an hour.
Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock noonish at this point. By the time I
Yeah,
get back.
10 past 11 at most.
And in that case, I will look for Padma, and if I run into Arvin, I will mention Evelyn is still in town.
Well, you don't find Arvin. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
Nope, didn't want to do that thing. Where is Padma then?
That's a good question, because I imagine after she got Celestine to the park to play with a bunch of kids, she kind of meandered off on her own. Probably down by any sort of lake or pond area in here. Potentially just reading a book or magazine or something, laughing at shitty gossip and tabloids. Probably with a sandwich.
Yeah, you have an easy enough time getting at least a general direction. She went because Scar's like, oh yeah, went over that way. Was going to a park. And he just goes back to doing paladin things.
Fair enough. Hello, Padma. Mind if I, sit?
Oh,
She-
good, you're still in one piece.
Yes. She does notice I'm blushing a bit.
Is he still in the
She's not-
fancy outfit?
Yes. Yes. You know what? Yeah, why not?
Peppa just kind of chuckles. Well, at least that didn't get wrecked.
Yeah, but apparently her heart is, fairly fickle. And she's a hoarder of the emotional kind, I find out. Thanks to Evelyn, of all people.
Peppa just kind of stops, shakes her head. Why am I not surprised? Let Grandpa get very emotive. Grandma just usually bonks him on the head and he behaves, though.
Wait, Grandma bonks you on the head? I didn't catch that. Who she was
Or
referring
Your
to.
granddad.
Dragon,
Oh,
dragon granddad.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So was your grandfather much the same way?
At first, but Mother very soundly kicked him in the rump at some point. I don't know exact details, mostly because Grandpa gets very, very flustered when telling the story. And Grandma just kind of sits there and smiles smugly.
Just look at this giant world-ending dragon. You my bitch now.
I mean, he's a gigantic eons old water dragon. Anything could have happened. For all I know,
Yeah.
she rescued him from an oil slick.
Phenomenal cosmic power! Stopped by oil.
Apparently this has been going on with her for about 3,000 years. According
Lifespan
to
discrepancies.
Evelyn.
Lifespan discrepancy to bitch.
I understand that dragons live a long time, but to have that happening for so long, I wonder if she's not in the same boat as your grandfather was.
Potentially. But considering you're talking to me and not, leagues away, tied to a bed, I assume you said no.
No, there was no rejection. Evelyn was mediating.
That's probably why you're not tied to a bed some distance away.
Probably. Anyway, I came to ask you something. It's obvious you know my feelings for you. I'll just come right out and ask it. What is your opinion of me? What are your feelings for me? He's very red and mildly looking away at this question.
Padma's also slightly turning purple because, well, she's blue.
And
Blue, red, purple!
I mean, she's got blue skin. When she blushes, she's gonna turn purple.
And out of character, do I know... I do know that there is a similar situation in the family with Arvin.
Yeah, you met Arvin's family.
yeah, you met both of our
Okay.
parents.
All
Actually, all
three.
three.
Okay, just want to make
Both
sure
his
that-
moms and his dad. You never got the story about that, though.
No, I didn't.
To be fair, here's the dragon in the equation.
The dad is the dragon in the equation.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because Arvin's dad and Padma's mother are twins, fraternal twins. So they're the ones who are directly half dragon.
Ah.
I'm sitting there wondering how Padma would say this. Well, it's hard to really think about things at first when you're on the run from the space mafia. I will be honest with that.
It would just be the mafia. If technically, as far as you guys are concerned, this is just regular mafia. It's not really
Yeah.
space, but whatever.
Wait, we're being chased by the space mafia?
You're
Yeah.
not.
Padma
Padma
is.
is.
Oh,
It was like went after one of my friends. Went at him with a meat cleaver and a nightstick.
Yeah, and she may or may not have destroyed his dick.
Tell us
And
about
now-
this. So, wait, you're being chased by the mafia? What?
You guys,
for?
we went over this.
Yeah, you
Did
saw
we?
this. You know about her. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's.
right outside the domain of conflict. That dwarf
Oh yeah.
dude,
that's
you
right.
right before it turned out John's brother was there and had to
That's
try to stick a
right.
demon on you guys. Well, you know that they're after you. Didn't get quite the whole story, but
Oh yeah, that's right. Nah, it's all coming back to me now. Why are you being chased by the mafia?
One of the one of the mafioso's sons was being very handsy and hitting on one of my younger friends and would not stop when she said so. So I went after him with a meat cleaver and a nightstick.
Ah.
Honestly, I don't know if she succeeded or not.
don't worry. I've rolled for it. You'll find out if you ever encounter that guy again. You do know, however, that your rampage getting out of that place was on the news for a little while, and you were very proud of the flattering angles you got.
You might have heard news reports from if you were around the area when that happened in Marnat. Because, well, it was a bit of a scene.
I don't think I ever. I travel around a lot, so it could be a coin flip whether or not I was in the area or heard about it at all.
Marnat is it's basically Hong Kong if Hong Kong was off the coast of Australia.
Ah. I probably wasn't there. No, I wasn't in the area at the time, so I never heard about it.
Yeah, so I've been kind of trying to move about since then. Weird using a nickname all the time.
I didn't catch that last part. Using what all the time?
A nickname.
Nickname? Padma's just a nickname?
Yeah, it came about for one of my younger cousins couldn't quite pronounce my full name. Adorable, really. It just kind of stuck.
What is your name then, if it's not too much to ask?
Oh, it's no problem. Pandora.
Pandora. That's a lovely name.
Oh, hush you.
Oh God, it hurts. It hurts.
Eh.
You just realized why I named her that.
No, I know you wrote the fucking proverbial Pandora's box that is interacting with Padma. I was proud of that, and then it just like, it was the way he phrased that. I was like, oh my God, it burns us. Chiakio, you dumbass.
The cheese! That's why Padma just kind of leans up and flicks his ear. That's how you got into a situation. This is how you got into a situation with a horny dragon.
No, that was because I fought her to a draw, but being as cheesy as I am doesn't exactly help.
But it is nice being around you, even if I do have to continuously put your blood back in your body.
Sorry about that. Not as big and meaty as our booth friend.
I don't know what he eats, as I say, even seeing him eat that watermelon, it's just, what does he eat?
A lot.
Meanwhile, in the distance, Celestine is chasing ducks.
Also, hello, sneaky student.
It's like
How
Kel
you doing
chasing
this
pigeons
evening?
in the Watt versus Vegas
Oh
video.
my God, I touched two.
I also did mention to Ndala my feelings towards you and mentioned perhaps a compromise. Of course, to which Evelyn responded, I was thinking too much with my other head.
It's always fun when you can hear your NPC sass back in your head. Because it was just like Evelyn just, well, you were.
And
I was thinking that too. I'm like, she wasn't
Just,
wrong.
well, you are.
I would be totally lying if she wasn't. If I said she was totally wrong, but she's not entirely wrong. But she's not entirely right either, and wondering your thoughts on the matter, if we could somehow make something work, because as much as this might be thinking with my other head, I personally do believe that it would be at least a bit rude to reject her feelings, as passionate as they are, just because I currently care for someone else.
What's selfish about that? Or what's bad about that?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm not well versed in more intimate relationships, if I'm totally honest.
Considering your family history, I can understand that. But that also opens up a question of what is it that in me that you're interested in?
Honest, I started kind of falling for you, just seeing how graceful yet powerful you are in battle, for starters.
The blush grows slightly.
Quick question, Padma. What's your passive perception?
That's what? Insight?
No, passive perception is next to where a little bubble is for your perception, says you have proficiency or whatnot. What number is there?
21.
Okay, good to know.
Oh god.
Because Chiakio's is 20, right?
Yes.
You might hear some rustling in the bushes nearby.
Is that Dimitri?
No. Because you think that first, then you look up, he's still in the tree above you.
Stop it's like he's probably hassling squirrels again.
Well, it's not a real tree, it's like this big...
They can
You know,
have fake
Is it
squirrels.
in front of us, behind us?
The tree is above you, it's like a big
No, I
kind
mean,
of glass sculpture that's like an air filter with like one of those water algae air filter things.
I mean the bush or whatever that's rustling.
Yeah, it's like a thick-ish shrub. You're impressed it's growing down here at all, but it's a little bit behind you guys, about 10 feet behind the bench you're both sitting at.
Pamela just kind of blinks, looks at the bush briefly, and looks back. And about when did that start? Because it's just I'm used to the gawkers, but not, this.
Can I make some sort of perception check to see if I can see who's in the bush, who or what?
Yeah, roll perception.
8, nope.
You are distracted for reasons you can probably figure out, so I'm not gonna say I'm
trying to, because my brain is having a brain fart as to what Padma was saying about what's selfish about.
I am too, don't worry about it. Now she's just kind of curious, apart from when did this start, because now she knows the why, it's just the when, because she's from a singer group, she's used to like groupies. Genuine affection is kind of odd.
Oh my god, Cal.
I guess it kind of first started when I saw you first use Eclipse Blade, I think it's called.
Oh, that was honestly, that was something I learned from Auntie River, because it was, well, I like the elegance of it. Starts twiddling with her hair.
There is indeed a very fine elegance to it.
And I
Realizes how cheesy that statement was as he's saying it.
hair twirling gets a little bit stronger. And I will admit it is nice seeing how you fight, and, well, the fact that despite your uncle being, well, a piece of slime, if that's even being nice to slime, you're a good person.
I simply try.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah, I'm still having that brain fart as to what Padma meant by.
Like I said, don't worry about it. I don't.
She was asking what's selfish about that, and I'm trying to infer what she's saying, but I'm having a total brain fart.
I don't even know what I'm saying, so like I said, just don't worry about it.
Fair enough. Yeah, the compromise I mentioned, I kind of got the idea from your family, thinking that your people in your family made it work, why can't I?
It's a lot of time and commitment. And if one factor's a dragon, well, that's, like you said, especially considering what we've heard of this one. You've heard of this one, if she's very intense, to be polite about it. I don't think she'd be the sharing type.
It did give me kind of a so-so gesture, not knowing what that means, but... I guess time will tell.
Are the bushes still rattling behind us?
No, they've stopped. It was one rustle and then it just stopped.
Can I roll perception to see if I can notice what's in there?
Yeah, or you can just send Dimitri in.
Yeah, I'll just subtly I'll get Dimitri to go poke into the bushes.
The moment Dimitri lands and pokes his head into the bush, there is a loud yelp, and then just boom! Something just runs out the bush the other direction away from you guys, because Shayakia was not stealthy when he left, and therefore Andala followed him.
God damn it.
And she just hauled ass away because, suddenly Thing knows I'm here. You then hear a shout of, "There you are!" from Evelyn. And you look in the direction, there's Evelyn just putting Indala in a headlock at the edge of the park and just starts dragging her away.
Well, if she's here, she may as well come sit and talk with us.
Evelyn does not seem to hear you. She is taking the horny one away.
Pava just like sighs and shakes her head. Adult or not, sometimes the brain takes a few millennia to catch up with the body.
Yeah. I don't know, like I said, I feel it's rude to just deny such passionate feelings, but that's just my personal opinion on the matter.
That is
And
very
as you can
fair.
see, those feelings are very passionate.
Dragons don't exactly do subtle at the same time.
You hear a Mert and Dimitri perches between the two of you on the back of the thing, and he's holding what looks like a little gemstone in his beak. He looks very proud of himself.
Did
Do
you
I
steal
recognize
that?
the gemstone?
Nope.
Padma just looks at him. Did you steal that?
Where
He,
did
like-
you get that?
He ruffles his head, and the way that you've come to understand, that's how he says no.
Was it on the? Did she drop it on the ground?
He like tilts his head to one side. There's like a Mert
I'll take
And
that
then
as a
he-
yes.
pops it in your hand.
Okay. Padma just sticks it in her pocket.
It's an emerald about the same size and shape as that gem you got in that letter from your friends.
Huh.
There's a different etching inside of it.
Interesting gem.
It's like the one I got from my friend.
Where did he get it? Did she give it to him?
When you ask where did he get it, Dimitri then hops off, goes into the goes near the bush, and then just like starts pawing at the ground in front of it, and then turns back.
It was buried there?
He shakes his head and he like pats the ground and like picks up a rock, then puts the rock back down.
It was just
lying.
there. Interesting.
Padma pulls the one from her friend's out and looks at it. The two of them side by side. Do I need to roll like investigation or what?
They're easy enough to see just at a glance. But the one you got from your friend was aquamarine colored and has a like dragon paw print, stylized dragon paw print kind of shape in it. Not unlike that one ring that Sneck found.
Okay.
The emerald one instead has a fuck, where the hell is the thingy? Fuck! Damn it, when I lose track of my own shit. Why? No, this one. Thank you, God.
While she's doing that, I will text Evelyn. She may as well come talk to us. And coax her with coax her saying we'll invite Arvin.
Okay, make a persuasion check, motherfucker.
Since you're already here, persuasion 15.
No.
Damn it!
No. It's like the response you get back, it's not the typing style that Indala uses, it's clearly Evelyn's.
Well, that's the number I used. I would hope it's Evelyn's.
Oh, you actually dialed Evelyn.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were dialing Indala.
No.
Like Evelyn's like, see about that another day. I'm trying to keep her from causing a scene in the middle of a city. Where the fuck is it? God damn it, I had a thing for this. Where the fuck did it go? God damn it. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found it. Where is it? Is it this one? It is. It, the gem in this one has a, it looks, the the little etching inside it looks like a dagger with like something with like you assume to be poison dripping off of it,
Huh.
but it's stylized and
I
small and
imagine
inside an emerald.
Imagine if these have these in there, there's something to them. I just don't know what off the top of my head.
Oh God, Karina. 5 minutes ago, Scribblus sucks at Monster Hunter.
Oh shit!
Oh, baby.
I know what I'm doing after we're done here.
No, I think she's just doing a thing.
There's just
Oh,
it's
she's
just
just
a thing
doing a
she
thing.
posted on just a image of just the text.
Oh,
On Twitter.
Okay. Anyway.
Now Padma's curious about these rocks and trying to figure out what they are and why there's one just laying there. Do you recognize them at all?
Can I make some sort of check for that?
That's what I want to know.
I don't
Given
know.
how, given the at least passingly the magical ring that Snick found, Padma, you both kind of infer they're probably magical, so it would be an Arcana check.
Not a clue.
Well, fucking yeah. Now that it doesn't matter with conversation, you're good again. The dice weren't like we're not gonna facilitate being horny on main. Padma, this is the first time you've seen gems like this, and you're just like, well, they're shiny and nice.
Even if the poison dagger kind of was worrisome.
Giacchio, these are much like how wizards can like learn spells. There are gemstones that contain knowledge of a spell that work the same way, but for people who don't, prepare their spells through a spell book or through meditation, like a druid or a wizard or a cleric does. So in theory, if someone were to use these gemstones and meditate upon them, they would learn the spell contained.
Okay. Yeah, and I would tell that much to Padma.
You don't know what
Oh.
spells are in them, but they would be
Yeah.
used to learn spells.
Well,
Some sort
so
of spell gem.
Well, if Corey sent me the one with the dragon paw, then he must know what. Then he probably knows what it is. So I'll just hold on to these until I talk to them, until we get to them. Oh, I hope they're safe. Even with the letter, I still worry.
I just put Padma in a one-arm hug. I'm sure they're fine if they're anywhere near as tough as you are.
You give me a lot of credit. Don't know how much of it I deserve.
Never sell yourself short.
Dimitri has now perched upon Giacchio's head and started to loaf. just the little cat loaf thing, but his little griffin just boop on Giacchio's head.
Emma just kind of looks up at him. Are you comfy up there?
It's alright. He's a good boy.
You feel his talons dig into your head a little bit.
Oh.
Stop that, Dimitri.
The talons stop digging into Giacchio's head.
I give him scritches anyway.
He very begrudgingly accepts your scritches.
Oh, stop being a dramatic little griffin. You know you enjoy scritches.
You can tell he's like, he doesn't want to enjoy it because of who it is, but at the same time, scritches.
Doesn't want to enjoy it because it's me?
Is he jealous that someone's trying to take mommy?
Maybe. You don't know.
Cats.
Well, that's pretty much the important things I had to say. If there was some way we could get it to work, would you be open to the idea?
Sure. And she just kind of holds her hands. I have 2 of these.
You see
Enjoy
a
your DM inspiration, Tori. Enjoy your DM inspiration.
As Shiakio, he gets that, like, that elongated, like, shocked face a little bit, and his face just goes very red.
Yeah, but just kind of
He's
smiles.
damn near glowing.
Yeah, but just kind of smiles a little less shameless. I grew up with it. I grew up with a close exposure to polyamorous relationships. It's not odd to me. I'm not. That's what I say. Didn't plan on it, but if it happens, it happens. As long as everyone is adult about it and works, I can see it. I can go with it.
As you finish saying that, Padma,
Oh god.
you swear you hear the sound of running water. When you look around, there's the like little pond you're not that far away from is just still. There's no like little fountain or anything. And then at the corner of your vision, a little gleam catches your eye, and Giacchio, you now notice this too, because the Tidemaster's ward around her waist is changing slightly.
Are you telling me this thing powers up by the power of fucking love?
Not quite. I'm getting there. It was
timing
already
is just
this
too good.
nice silken lace thing with some light embroidery. Embroidery has become more detailed, and now instead of looking like cloth, it looks. You still pick it up, you still feel it's still cloth, but it looks more like it's actually water just draped around you.
Ooh. She
Complete
kind
with
of
the flowing, and you feel this sense of every bard tells a story made of love, of loss, of victory, of failure, of everything in between. But no story is more important to a bard than their own, wherever it may lead them.
This is indeed true.
So you get the feeling that by mediating in this odd chapter of your life, you have caused the Tidemaster's ward to go from dormant to unleashed.
Do.
Well, would you look at that?
Yeah, it's kind of splishy.
Even more beautiful.
Pava just kind of flicks one of his ears again. Stop.
And
Well, it's
for reference
still
to what
not
it does
as
is I
beautiful
add
as
this to
you.
your character sheet, by the way.
Okay.
Once it fucking loads, god damn it. Work
Still
with
not-
me here.
Giacomo
Great.
is saying after she flicks his ear, well, it's still not as beautiful as you.
Gets another ear flick.
Giacchio, you hear from the back of your mind, boo, that was bad!
Hi, Helios, out of character.
Let me see.
I actually call upon. In my head, I'm trying to commune with
Alias?
No, not Alias. Goddess of Knowledge.
Soraya.
Yeah, since I dealt with her last, and I just in my head I'm like, Soraya, could you please put him back in his box for me?
You don't get a response.
Damn. Oh well, it's worth a try. I just chose her because in my head I was like, well, I dealt with her last time. Maybe she'll put him back in his box again.
But as the change takes place past about, you feel the ward is empowering you, and also that there is new abilities it has. Now, while you have it equipped, it has a max number of charges of 12 that regains 1d6 plus 2 every day. While you wear it, you have +1 to your spell save DC and spell attack bonus, and you have 2 more spells you can cast with it that each cost 4 charges to cast. They are Watery Sphere and Control Water.
What? You cut out there to when they each cost what?
4 charges from the Tidemaster's ward.
Ah.
Wait, hold on. But they are Watery Sphere and Control Water.
Sweet.
If the fucking thing will let me add them to your goddamn sheet.
I'm not touching it. And Emma's like, she's just kind of leaning into it now. She's just, but if the mafia shows up, just run, please. I don't know what they'll throw after me next.
Sorry, that's not exactly something I can do.
I mean,
Not if
how
it-
are they going to stop you? Chain you down?
Yeah, right? At the risk of sounding cheesy yet again, you'll always have me at your side.
Sigh and blush and hands and face. God, that's why did I get mother's weakness for that?
I
I
knew
didn't
it would come back to being Tara's fault. I knew.
I didn't catch what you said.
She's blaming her mom.
It's like she's finding this all endearing and sweet. It's just like, oh God, why am I weak to this? I got this from Mom.
Honestly, I think your whole family has that problem, Padma.
Yeah. She's just please try to keep your blood a little bit in your body a little bit better, please.
I will certainly do my best.
Her ears are now very purple. Because she's blushing very hard.
And I just sit there with Padma, leaning into me and just enjoying the moment for a little bit.
With the griffin on your head.
With a griffin on my head. Without rolling, do I get the sense that he thinks I'm trying to take her from Mama? Or do I just not know?
You have no idea.
Okay.
You're not going to try to figure out a griffin right now.
That's
He's a
why I
bird.
said just without a roll, do I passively get that sense? And since I don't, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
She'll eventually stop blushing, I promise.
After a few minutes, I kind of help sit her up straight a little bit, take Dimitri off my head, set her in my lap, and be well, I have some personal things to take care of. Would you like to join me, or do you just want to be here for a little bit?
Well, I was just honestly not doing much anyway, so I guess I can tag along? What do you mean, personal?
Just some shopping and things. Look up some things.
Sure, why not? I was honestly just reading trashy magazines to see what the latest bullshit story was.
Anything good?
No, sadly, it's all the same here and there. I swear they rip these headlines off the internet. Off of, like, the fence. I swear the Onion doesn't have to make shit up anymore. Look at this.
I just take a passing glance and be like, ha. Very well then, shall we get going? Unless you'd like to just sit and enjoy a few more minutes on the bench.
I've been sitting here for a while. My butt is flat.
Very well. As a gentleman, I offer my arm as we make our leave.
Hannah just kind of sighs, blushes, but takes it. It's like just always seeing the weak. It's like she'll comment on the cheese, but she still wants it. As there's furious typing from the DM.
That's not me.
That's
Oh, is it Darian?
At this point, I will do some shopping. With Padma in tow. Let's see.
Oh boy. I see
Okay.
a link. What
Okay,
the hell did
Time
Darian
Master's
link?
Ward is equipped and everything.
God damn it, Darian!
Please let me what. Don't tell me what it is. And
As we're walking, I
God
do...
damn it.
There's a part 2, but
Oh
Cal.
God.
Cal!
Oh God.
It's like I had to look at the first puppy a little bit closer than I saw. It's just, oh my God! And then now we have a shipper on the bus.
Oh God.
As we're walking, Padma, by the way, thank you for letting me know where I stand with you. and for being open to the idea, assuming it works out.
At this point, I'd say it depends on the dragon, so...
Yes.
Oh God.
God!
There's so much
There you go.
disappointment in me
Partially.
right now. Oh God, not you two. What now?
Oh god, Darian linked another one.
Stop making me want to give out DM inspiration. God damn it. Also, very tempted to take it away from Cal right now.
Oh my
God
goodness, so yeah.
Damn it. Okay,
Meantime,
so now
I'll just-
it's shopping time for you two.
Yep. I'm looking for armor upgrades, and I might get a ring of protection. Or wait, does that work with plus whatever armor enchantments, or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Just
think
want to
the
make
only
sure.
I think the only catch is you have to attune to it, and I think
Yep.
I have
I've
2
got
attuned items as it is.
I know
How
I
long
have.
does the
Like the-
attunement take, by the way?
30 minutes.
It takes about a half hour. So once you have it, you attune to it over the course of like basically a short rest,
Yeah.
and then you're good.
I'm saying there. I don't remember how many things that Padma has attuned to apart from the.
I'm pretty sure it's just the ward.
I think
What
you
about my-
listed that in everyone's sheets, didn't you? Towards the bottom.
I
know you
forgot if I
did
put it
for-
on Tori's. I did that for some people just to help them out. Like, I don't remember if I did it for Padma.
Yeah, I know it's on mine.
There is the butterfly hairpin too.
The butterfly hairpin does not require attunement, and neither does your armor.
Okay.
So it would. Oh my God! Roll 20, please. Thank you.
Yeah, basically I'm looking to up my AC. Is my main focus for shopping. And maybe
Yeah, for Padma, it's just the Tidemaster's ward.
Huh.
Because all her other stuff is non-attunement needed.
I'm looking for AC increase and possibly a potential increase to spell potency.
Spell potency.
Padma's honestly just looking for books to read because I'm looking at some of her stuff. It's like she might want to up her
See if
strength a little bit.
maybe something that expands upon the Volsung Battle Mage book thing that I still have.
Mm.
That either can add my Wiz stat to higher level spells or further increase my cantrips.
That's
Either
that
or.
one's actually tricky. Let me look through my list of loot things. No, not the one that has the fucking Odyssey Forge on it. The other one. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute.
Cal has
Anyway.
so many ships. He's a port.
I know a thing. Where the hell did they go? There they are.
Cal is
They
a
are
shipping
really
port.
cool, and they do cool stuff. And you're looking for specifically what, Tori?
Thinking on it with Padma, it's just to be like stuff to increase some of her stuff, like read up on history and mythology and such for religion and so that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mostly books to read on the long road trip.
Books are easy to get, and just mark off however much gold you want to spend on books, and you can spend that much gold on books, and you'll have the books.
I don't
by the
care
way,
either way.
Padma, this might be. Granted, this might be a little bit of a dry read on a long road trip, but this might help in terms of combat.
Oh, you hand her the Volsung book?
Yes.
Huh, sure. Thank you. Keep that in mind.
If I
Oh
remember
my God.
correctly-
Poor
Right.
ship.
If I remember correctly, that
Or
book,
gosh.
once read, that book adds your spellcast modifier to your cantrips.
for damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Precisely, May.
I have like 6.5k gold. Maybe a K on 1k on books.
1,000 gold on books. Damn.
Give her some good fucking books.
Well,
for
I
that
was to say,
price.
I was say, just turns, looks at her 6-foot tall bookcase, and the books scattered throughout her bedroom.
And the 14 lore book.
That's one of the books scattered throughout the bedroom.
Yeah, fucking hell. Goddamn.
You know, it really should be the Brady strategy guide.
For the bookstore you go to, unfortunately, does not quite have that much. However, they were also, at least the one you found, was also a part bookstore, part magical item shop. It wasn't the same one that the dwarf that everyone else has bought shit from was. But they also have an assortment of, actually, if they still want to spend, like, they have an assortment of very interesting belts that have magical effects.
Such as...
Well, there's a fucking just a menagerie of these damn things, and they all have a different belt buckle, and that's how you're able to tell them apart. There's ones that resemble it's just like a stylized head of a particular kind of creature. There's one that resembles a dwarf. There's one that resembles an elf. There's one that resembles a dragon. There's one that resembles a tiefling. There's one that resembles a boof even.
What do the boof and the dragon belts do? I am deathly curious.
Well, the clerk, you're interested in belts of every kind. Well, whatever the iconography upon the buckle is, it gives you traits of similar to the race in question, for example. And he holds up the one with the belt of dwarven, the dwarf one. He taps on the thing, belt of dwarven kind. When worn, it makes raises your constitution and makes it easier to talk to dwarves. And if you want to dwarf yourself, there's more benefits. It's a lot harder to be poisoned. You can read and speak dwarvish. You can even see in the dark as well as a dwarf does.
You also grow a full beard in the day.
There
gotta
are
make
side
a roll
like
for
that's the
that.
other thing. There are side effects, however. If you are capable of growing facial hair, this here, he taps on the belt again, will make it come in pretty thick, pretty fast.
You also no longer require actual food. You can live off of ale.
No, that is not an effect.
Aww.
Whereas this one here, he picks up one that just looks like a picture of a dude. It's the belt of humankind. When you have this on, you're better at talking to normal humans. And you're more skilled just in a general sense. You can also, if you aren't human yourself, make you better at any sort of skills and maybe learn a language. It's hard to say. Even when you enchant them, you don't quite know what all you'll get sometimes. Even when you intend. I've seen ones that make you more perceptive, some that make you better at remembering your history, some that let you speak Draconic, some that let you speak Deep, some let you speak Elvish. And then, since you were interested in this one, he picks up the one with the dragon buckle, the belt of dragon kind. Increases your ability to, interact with the dragon in a way that doesn't end up with you, roasty toasty and maybe stuff in its stomach. Makes you, pats his bicep, makes you stronger. And since, he looks you up and down, you ain't a dragon, depending on the element of the dragon's blazoned upon it, and this particular one here is, he looks at the buckle. This one is a steel. No, not a steel. No, what the? He rubs it. Oh, it's dusty shit. Scrub.
Pat must be sitting in her head. I have 1/4 dragon history in her head. She's like, "We're a dragon technically."
Really? No, okay. But he rubs it off. Turns it back. The dragon's head is this dark purple. It's the lightning dragon belt. For you to wear, and since, you ain't a dragon yourself, at least not fully, you can be resistant to lightning, and if you can't already speak Draconic, I can.
And the dog one?
Oh, this one? He picks it up.
No, you mustn't read from the buckle.
He picks it up, looks at it. I'm actually don't remember getting this one in the store. He pulls out an eyeglass. Let me make sure it ain't like, cursed or nothing. Don't want to sell bad things to people. Ain't that rude. Huh, interesting. This one's actually the belt of lichen kind. So for the people who happen to shift between like a normal form and a bit more beastie one.
Okay.
It has a bit of a side effect. If you wear it, if you got body hair, it can get a lot thicker. But
Emma just kind of side-eyes Zakio, looks at how fuzzy he is.
But he like wiggles
No,
his
I
fingers.
can't shift into a more bestial form.
Clerk's like, makes you more dexterous. And well, if you ain't got any sort of lycanthropic curse yourself or gift or whatever, some people think it's good, some people think it's bad. I don't personally care. You can you can at least passingly make yourself. He's like looking at it like he's like not fully understanding. Like, what the hell is this? Huh. Well, it has like some manner of shape-changing properties, so I assume because this one has a dog on it, if you use it, you can turn into a wolf or a wolf man or wolf lady or whatever have you. At least for a little bit. You can see in the
Does that
dark.
mean if Celestine wears it, he can turn into a human?
I don't know if...
I don't know.
No.
I'm just looking at this thing because someone made a bunch of homebrew belts of different racial kinds aside from just
We have
dwarven kind.
broken the booth enough this evening.
Yeah, right?
Well, any of these belts requires attunement. Let me put it that way. So, Celestine would have to give up something for it.
Just for the sake of curiosity, Padma will take the belt of lycanthropy. She's vastly curious now.
Oh boy. All right then, that'll be he hold on. He like goes over and grabs one of the other belts, looks at the price tag on it, puts it down, counting on his fingers. That'll be 830 gold.
On top of the 1,000 I have, or in tally with the 1,000 I'm willing to spend on books.
Oh, you're right. In that case, he like looks at the stack of books you have, like all the ones that caught your interest enough, and he's like, Frig, I'll give it to you with the purchase. You made if you try and put down 1,000 things of gold. Oh my god.
I have slipped off the sleeves of many garments.
Okay, you're not fancy anymore.
Yeah, I'm no longer fancy.
But yeah, you now possess the belt of lichen kind.
And 1,000 gold's worth of free books.
Yeah, basically you paid for about 200 gold worth of books and got the belt thrown in free. Because you dropped 1,000 gold on the counter, like, give me your shit.
Yib.
So you'll have to throw that at
If
me
it
later.
has paper, I want it. This is an instruction manual. Did I stutter?
Can I at least read them first?
All right, I'll put it in the. Actually, yeah, I'll put it. No, not like that. Right over here. This is what the belt you just picked up does.
Side effects may include unreprised hunger, strange attraction to trees and metal things on sidewalks.
Also, a thing I forgot to mention with the belt of dragon kind, if you are not natively draconic, you will start growing scales in places on your body.
I mean, Padma's already an Undyne with some draconic heritage that might happen anyway.
So, well, in this case, it would, it would accelerate, and you would like more properly have them, probably look more like an Undine Aura,
Yeah, I went with the belt
just
of
without a
Lycan
tail and horns. But if you want to look at all the belts of all the kinds, here's the thing I got them from. They're actually really cool.
Oh, I'll add that into my sheet after the session ends.
Okay.
When Celestine wears the belt of dragon kind, he becomes a luck dragon.
Oof. Dragon Boof Z. Let's see. Oh, there was that other thing too. Where the fuck did that thing go? There it is. But another thing you actually notice as you're looking around, there was a it catches your eyes more because it's like, oh, my this is my time. You spot a very interestingly designed set of bagpipes.
Yes.
It is and when you bring it to the clerk, it's like, so you found caught an eye for the old dwarvish bagpipes, have you?
I have. Upava just goes, I enjoy playing them.
Well, if you're the, musically inclined type, which I'm assuming you are if you got an interest, well, you use this thing and try to inspire people to, not be terrible at something, or just, not die, whatever floats your boat. They also gain resistance to non-magical kinds of damage. So, you hitting them with a stick, stabbing them with a knife, cutting them with a sword, that kind of thing. If it does stuff like that and you inspire them, it hurts them a hell of a lot less. You're also a bit more popular with the dwarves while you play it.
I'll still take that. Padmas is just in her head thinking about how much everyone gets slapped with swords and knives and axes.
All right, that comes out to...
Especially cheesy lover boy.
That'll be 503 gold then.
All right.
And I will... And they require attunement by a bard.
Okay.
So you must attune to the bagpipes to play the bagpipes.
That's fine.
Become
And-
one with the pipe.
These are the dwarvish bagpipes.
Oh,
Alrighty, and what was Giacchio after again?
Boosting his AC.
Mm-hmm.
So he's looking for a ring of protection and either new armor or upgrading his current armor.
Mm-hmm.
And books to either further boost his cantrip damage potency or his higher level spell potency.
For that, you're actually gonna have to make an investigation check to see if you can find one somewhere in town, because some of those might be a lot trickier.
15.
To the best of your knowledge, and from the few other places you have around, you get kind of the run around from a few magical stores, like, oh, I think this place has it. No, that place, and you just come to the conclusion there's not anything like that here.
Okay.
Or one guy's like, the last guy you get to in the chain is like, I don't think something like that really exists. Like, at least the books part of it. The other stuff, like, you find, like, various deals on along the way. Let's see. And you're, like, going for, like, what, medium armor?
Yeah, medium.
Okay. Let me see what we have in that stock.
Because I currently have Dragon Steel Breastplate +1.
Well, you it's not what you're expecting to find, but you actually managed to find that's it. No, wait, not that. My mistake. Read that wrong. That's a bit crazy. Where the fuck, goddamn, all these tabs with all these things? All right, what are you? No, you're probably crap. So many things I gotta look through to find all the stuff. Wait a minute, what? That's a very weird set of armor. God damn it. What does this do? What the fuck? There's concerned screaming. I'm like, Kel, what have you done?
He listened to my scream.
He
link.
caught a duck and he's thrashing about in front of the kids.
God damn
No.
it. I have doubt, expressing doubt.
No, Celestine won't do that. He's a
He'd
good
catch a
wolf.
duck and he'd like find an injured duck and show the kids how to take care of it.
They've never seen magic before. They got scared.
No, that's weapons, not armor. God damn it. There's actually like nothing even remotely that's not just straight up heavy or light that I'm finding here. Oh wait, no, this might be a thing for you. No, that one's lame. What do you do? Okay, now let's just go for what you start to as a ground. It depends more on like what sort of extra effects do you want on the armor. Do you want to have better protection, or do you want to have like other traits to it?
I think I'll just go with straight up better protection.
Better protection, okay. Well, in that case, it's as simple as upping the enchantment on your +1 to a +2.
Yeah, we'll up that and see if I can find a ring of protection.
Rings of protection. That's where the fuck did that thing go on the damn thing? Words are hard. Where is ring of protection? There you are. Yeah, you can find a ring of protection and upgrade your armor from +1 to +2 for about in total 1,420 gold.
Done.
Okie dokie. You now have a +1 to AC and saving throws while wearing your ring of protection.
Okay.
And your plate and your armor is +2.
Okay. How much did you say?
1,420. And no, don't blaze it.
Okay, so I got a ring of protection I'll add later. And I gotta raise the breastplate to 2.
Or blogs a lizard interacting with a marshmallow.
Okay. And where would I add?
You want me to put the ring of protection on your thing for you?
Yeah, please. I'm not sure where to put it on the sheet.
For the +2 saves at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what the stat buffs are for. I assume you put the +1 to your armor on the armor you're wearing along with the other bonus?
No, I just did I went from +1 to +2 on the armor.
Okay, I can... Alright, 1 second. Let me get your sheet to open. Praise.
And
Praise.
Changing the name to +2 for the Dragonsteel breastplate.
Alrighty.
But I now have 19 AC. Or I will once the ring gets added.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a +1 to all saves, or just saves I'm proficient in?
All saves.
Yeah, buddy.
Fucking thing, please stop being stupid. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Which is
You just
good
added
because you'll
the
now have a
plus.
saving throw of 1 for charisma.
My charisma is average. Okay, you just added there. Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Thank you. Then for the remainder of the week, I will well, once I'm done for the day with Padma, I will give her a kiss on the cheek. 'Cause I'm cheesy like that. And then the rest of the week I will study Orzal. I want to know more about Orzal.
Okay, 1 second. I need to seriously roll 20. Stop being a dickhead. I'm trying to inspect a thing for my curiosity because I didn't look before I closed it. Okay. You have more HP than Arvin, but less AC than he does.
Lol.
But that's only by 1 point. For AC anyways. You have 34 more health than him, though.
Padma is going to be reading a lot of her books.
Okay.
He chuckles at Padma's blushing. I'm sure that happens after he kisses her on the cheek.
Yep.
And I also do try and keep in contact with Evelyn a little bit in case a solution becomes found, and I tell her that I talked with Padma and basically what we talked about. Just so she's in the loop, because she's best friendy.
You just get a simple "good to know" is your response from her, and that's about all you hear.
Fair enough. But yeah, studying Orzal.
Studying Orzal. That's interesting.
Either studying him through meditation and Google searching whatever info I can find on him. Knowing that I probably won't be able to upgrade him faster even with said knowledge, but just knowing how to do it. Just
if you're looking up for ways to unleash more of his power, you find Jack and Dick all.
Fair enough.
You find nothing talking about making it stronger
Fair
for
enough.
any of the Odyssey Forged.
In that case, just general info then. Whatever I can find on it.
It's
Besides
a wild ride from start to finish on the stories you find about Orzal. There's one, you see various theory, some theories about it, because it hasn't been really found or studied like some of the other ones have. So there's, it's all basically you just find the fanfic explanations for what the hell it does, basically. When your favorite character in a series never has a power explained and everyone's spitballing how it works, that's what you find.
Fair enough.
And it goes from being able to create tornadoes to cutting storms in half. And just generally just this thing rules the air. If it's in the air and you're within range of this thing, you're fucked if it hates you.
That's an amusing one. Also, I would like to research how... Basically, I want to find out info on how to perhaps help further along Indala's learning past what Evelyn has helped. Basically, further rein
Trying to
her
get her to
in.
a dragon therapist.
Yep,
To which
pretty much how to be a
you-
dragon therapist.
You get
How
a few
to
numbers.
make her less fickle and not want to whisk me away, basically.
You get through about 2 or 3, gather up some like numbers you find of like, you know, it seems to be like the best ones to deal with dragons are other dragons, and you're like, huh, I did not think I would be able to Google a dragon practicing psychiatry. But you found at least 3, and you send their message, and you send the numbers along to Evelyn, like just in case they can help. It's like Evelyn is like, I know what you're trying to do. I've already done that. It's helping. Part of the reason why I've made so much progress. Appreciate the thought, though.
I just sit back, just trying to help. I know I'm just a measly little mortal.
And he's like, no. Honestly, I actually appreciate the help, but like, you're barking up a tree I'm sitting in is all. Like, is like that's basically the exact phrase she even uses.
I guess the last thing I would do for the week, because that probably doesn't take too long of research, but I try and see if there's a way to sit myself, Padma, and Andala down and discuss things, but
by the time you consider that, you find out from Evelyn that like she's gotten Andala out of the city because she's like I'm trying to get her to calm the fuck down, because like if I leave her in this place for too long, she might just try to abduct you.
fair enough.
It's more like a case of like, I don't want her to do something really stupid and really showy that gets her in a lot of trouble with a lot of people, so I'm just gonna remove her from the situation and see if I can't like just do something to distract her.
Well, I will text her back. Well, if she's calm enough to talk, we are heading toward the Yggdrasil Reef.
Yggdrasil.
Yeah, whatever.
Yggdrasil.
All right, thanks for the heads up, is the reply you get back.
Fair enough. And that's pretty much my week.
Mm-hmm.
Edmund's just spending a lot of it reading.
That time, you easily finished the Volsung book you got from Giacchio and can now add your spellcasting modifier to damage rolls with cantrips.
Oh, fun.
You can now more accurately, viciously mock people. Or more painfully mock them. Among other things, along with making your mage punch way stronger.
If I do run into Arvin, since he's family, I will discuss the things I discussed with Andala and...
You did not find Arvin the entire week.
Really?
Nope.
Do I find my silly cousin the entire week? Cal, we can hear your stuff. Cal!
Sorry.
That's fine.
It's cool. Padma, you find him once in about the middle of the week, and then he just fucking disappears.
Where the hell is
Again.
that guy?
Padma just kind of sighs, and she's like, oh, he's doing this. Okay.
Doing what?
Getting kidnapped by dragons.
No. There's times where he just goes into hard study mode, and then he vanishes for like a month. He gets it from he gets it from Aunt Daisy.
Actually, you're not convinced that's the case because he was not in like his typical like, hey, he's like nose in a book at the time. He looked like he was like going to study something somewhere, like he was packing up books, which is why you thought of it. But then like his disposition didn't strike you as like that. So you're suspecting because Evelyn is in the city, it might be her fault.
Oh well.
Or was for part of it.
Shit for it. I was gonna be a dick and be like, "Hey, Evelyn's in town. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge."
Say no more.
But apparently,
at that point, you have to learn how well you can dodge.
Yeah. In that case, if and when Arvin comes back, I will tell him what I have discussed and what my plans are.
The moment you start to try, Arvin holds his hand. Your business is not my business, and he just walks past you.
I figured I would let you know because you are family.
Don't need to know my sister. I don't need to know my cousin's personal life. Thank you.
Fair enough. Then in that case, let's hit the road. Unless other people have things. 'Cause I don't think...
Pretty sure that's everything for everyone.
Yeah.
And like I thought, yours took the fucking longest.
Hey, at least I
I
did a
wonder
halfway
why.
decent job RPing it, I think.
Yeah, it's also like 4
You did
minutes
a very
till
good
midnight.
job.
It's
of
late. That's why I'm
playing
stopping
the,
us here. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to stop here because it's really late.
Yeah.
It went really well though.
Yeah.
I
You
will
didn't get
close
kidnapped
out the
by a
stream. I will
dragon.
be back. Alright, that's actually going to do it for my stream this evening, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be live tomorrow afternoon at about 3 p.m. Pacific for our weekly Wings of the 12 raid. Gonna try and make some progress on the Killer Clown Kefka. So look forward to that. If you aren't already, make sure you're following and have notifications turned on so you know when I go live. Other avenues I announce where I'm going live are via my Twitter at twitter.com/JinxMcNinja, as well as my Discord known as the McLounge. And if you guys really enjoy the content, want to see more of it, or just think I'm doing something right, say, hey Jinx, we like what you do. A really good way to show that is consider throwing a tip or a sub my way. Obviously it does help me out in multiple ways, but the most important way to me is, again, that it lets me know that you guys really enjoy the content, want to see more of it, want to see me grow, and simply just want to say, hey, you're doing something right, keep up the good work. So until 3 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, guys, I will see you later. Peace.